Hello, everyone. It's Tuesday, so that means we're streaming. I'm Money Black Mage, and we are playing 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. How's everyone doing tonight? Hope everyone's having a good holiday. Whatever holiday is that you observe or don't observe, still can have a good day all the same. I had a pretty stressful day today. I spent like 8 hours going through my storage unit because there's just so many boxes there. And trying to find, when I moved, I put important tax documents and other important documents like my car title in there, and I needed that car title for something. And so I'm like, crap, okay, it's in one of these boxes. So I spent all day looking for it, and I cannot find it. I know it exists. I know I packed it. I know I put it in a little special black bag to the side. I just cannot find it for the life of me. So I'm going to have to pay $8 to the state to send me a duplicate one. And it comes in hopefully 2 weeks. But I'm like, man, what a day. The entire day's just gone. I'm so tired. Just lifting boxes, you know, pushing things aside. Found some other things. But man, ugh. So hopefully you're having a more productive day than I am. The screen's super zoomed in. It is super zoomed in. That's weird. Okay, hold on. There we go. Thank you for that. Not sure how that happened. How's it going, Shadows? How's it going, Jax? Ogre. Let's start like we often do with a battle. Ooh, very close to the end of this area. Alright. So we need Shinoname and Sekigahara on the strike team. And only first and second gen. Okay. That's actually not a problem.
Understood. I'll go.
We have to fight. Ready. I'll fight. Let's go.
Alright, what do you guys stays with? There we go. Easy. What do we got? Shield Kaiju. Those are the most annoying ones. Okay. Yeah, other than Demolisher Blade, he doesn't have anything that's anti-shield. I kind of wish the EMP would stop shields, but it doesn't. I wonder if it's worth it to do the hyper condenser on it, on Demolisher Blade. I kind of feel it is, even though it costs so much. I don't want to do that. I don't want to drop my durability 130. Even though we're doing a good job surviving, I don't want to do that. Do any of you guys have anti-piercing anything besides Demolisher Blade? Alright, so these guys, I think the G2s all have the ground rockets, don't they? Actually, she doesn't. She just has a plasma cutter. Alright, so Juro might be our ace. Alright, so does she. Alright, cool. Upgrade those. Sentry guns, I wish pierced armor. They still do good damage all the same, though. It's gonna suck not having our trusty landmines and sentries. Hey, how's it going, Oli the Flame? Minakshi, thanks for joining in. Appreciate you. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're having a good day. 3 days till Christmas. On a Friday. We could unlock both their ultimate attacks. All three of their ultimate attacks. Let's do it. Alright, I might take off multi-rocket launcher. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Gosh darn it. Alright. It just costs us 500 anyway. Alright, but I do want Guardian Avenger. She has healing. Which is fine. Healing has really good range. Man, Sentry Gun's upgrade is super expensive. I might just have these guys running around demolisher blading everything. Honestly. Hey Vinod, welcome to the chat. These aren't the best, but at least they're options. Okay, it might get dirty. This may just be a slugging match, is what's gonna happen. Yeah, this is probably gonna just be a slugging match. Alright. Let's do it. I mean, you're not, but I'm not gonna do that to you.
Sounds to me like you're just looking for an excuse to punch them. I have all I need. Let them send their machine swarms and their four-legged beasts. I'll take them all down myself. Not without an EMP, dumbass. You can't just punch the flyers and the shield guys.
Wait, so does EMP actually work on the shield guys?
Why do you even want extra armor? Isn't that why you got your defense mode? You need to pick your equipment based on the situation. If you two want to play hero, do it on your own time. What'd you say? You really are trying to start shit, huh? Don't let me in with Ogata. I'm actually serious about winning. Oh, and you don't think I'm
Quit acting like an amateur.
Do I sound like I'm joking to you?
You're in. I'm about halfway through the story. It's incredible. If you ever do a recap on this game, it'll be legendary. I will do a recap on this game, but I am also taking my time. I know this appeared on the recent polls, if any of you guys are patrons. I know this appeared on the recent polls. I apologize to the person who suggested it, but I deliberately didn't want to do it next month because I didn't want to have any reason to rush this. I want to enjoy this, take my time, put out a review, put out a recap, really chew on this game. Oh, something I found when I was digging through all my boxes looking for my documentation. I found early convention material when I went to a convention and Atlas had a table like a couple of years ago, literally like 2 years ago. They had posters for 13 Sentinels. I just picked it up because I'm like, well, I like Atlas, I like RPGs. I don't even know what this 13 Sentinels game is, but I picked it up and I actually had like 3 posters of 13 Sentinels from a couple years back. I'm like, oh, this is so cool. I completely forgot about these. So I'm super psyched about that. Still good condition. Would the recap be as long as Twisty's 99 recap? If you mean Zero Time Dilemma, probably. Although probably not, because I think what I would do is I'm not going to recap it in the order the game presents it. I'll recap it in the order that the events actually happen, so it'd probably make more sense and might actually be less interesting because the surprises won't be there. But if you know, then you know that throughout all the recaps is what I've been doing anyway. So if you played the game, you're like, oh, okay. And if you didn't play the game, you're getting the information in a much more streamlined format.
Hey, don't let me interrupt you guys, but we've got company.
Okay, let's see what we got.
Thanks. Okay.
First things first, set the kill zone.
Back me up.
We can do this. Right? Lend us a hand.
Don't let up.
What's the situation? Need help.
My turn now. What's the plan?
I'm gonna lead with you.
Number 11, moving out.
Warning. Daimo signatures identified. Enemy in range.
Shit.
Man, they've got new Absos models out too. If we don't stomp them out quick, they're gonna be a real pain in the butt.
I'll make it work. I guess life comes at you fast. Number 12, no room for hesitation.
Well, this just sucks because I can't shoot anything that's there. At least the Deimos model that's just standing on the ground, I can at least get that. There's so much stuff in the way I can't tell which way it's facing. There we go.
Move. That work?
Nice.
Target destroyed. Okay.
We did so much damage to it, it paid for the cost of the attack. I love that. It's like getting a free Demolisher Blade.
They're like any other punks.
Alright, but I need you over here.
Number 10, moving out. What now? Let's get no point overthinking it.
EMP these guys.
I'm right here. Got him. That's what you get. Okay. The practice round's over. Here it comes. Senseless. What now? That's it.
Wow, no damage to those shield guys.
Get out of here.
That is nuts.
How's that? Are we getting their numbers
Don't no
down?
room for hesitation.
He doesn't have an EMP attack, does he? No, he doesn't. Alright.
Come on.
If I destroy this though, I might kill their armor. Yeah.
Nothing special. That good?
What to do?
What if I drop a sentry right here?
Deploying decoys.
I'll try. I'm right here. Got a target on my back. Don't waste any chances.
And I'm just gonna punch this guy in the face.
You're done. That work?
That actually did solid damage for just a punch.
destroyed. I'll make it work.
Alright, you'll go running gorilla over here.
They're finished.
Why not do each character's story individually?
I like any other punks.
It intertwines too much, I feel.
I'm right here.
I think we'll be able to just reach him. Oh my god, really? Okay.
Come on. How was that?
That was garbage damage is what that was. Pushing it back, though.
How's that? I did. What do I do?
Okay, I can't cut through these guys, so I'm gonna have to just literally use a demolisher blade on these idiots.
Here comes the pain.
Wait, it's still 0?
I've gotta do this.
How am I doing no damage?
Focus. I've gotta
Is it because of the Apsos?
What do I do?
Does one Apsos mean that it's still up? But there are no Apsos units up. Oh, there is one. It's over there.
A practice. Let's see. Take this. Yes, you managed. Hostiles right now. Heat signatures from above. Take this. That work? How many left?
I can help. Deploying decoys. Time you have appeared.
Honestly,
By now. Chew on this. Get bit. There it goes. Don't waste any chances.
Guardian Avenger is pretty useful. I'm liking it. I slept on it earlier, I'm liking it. But yeah, I don't think I want to do every single character's story individually, to be honest with you. Wait, did I... There's a shield unit still in there.
Here goes. Did that do it? Next. This could get out of the practice round's over.
Did that kill those guys' shields? What is causing their shields? I don't understand it. They're EMP'd, I'm using Armor Piercer, why aren't their shields going down? I'm legit confused. Maybe doing all the damage or 0 damage? I know, right? Like, these are the G1s. These guys are all about just straight up do damage. Like, I don't care about fancy tactics or fancy add-ons. I'm gonna run it to your face and punch you in the face. An elegance in their simplicity. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. I wonder if I hit a Guardian Mine, if a Guardian Mine will do something. None of these guys have EMP.
Here goes. It worked. Took him down.
I have to focus. Damn Kaiju. That hit. Nice. Nice too.
Actually, I think the sentry guns are doing damage to them now. I think I saw that just now. I hope so. Because otherwise I'm in a lot of trouble. Wait, that thing's flying?
You're done. Good.
That thing was flying for a second.
I'm acting like an amateur.
That was weird.
You're just small fry. Yes.
I can help. Yes. Attack landed. Got it.
I'll try.
Wow. She just did like 700 damage, which was just enough to kill it, and she got back like 50% of her entire EP bar just from that one. Good lord. Nice. Okay, something hurt those, and I don't know what it is.
What do I do? What now?
Okay.
Come on! Got him! That's it! How's the Sentinel? Take this. How was that? The target.
Okay, so yeah, the sentry guns can shoot the flying guys, no problem. Why not use the Terminal's EMP? Because I don't know, because I've been using EMP on those 3 shielded guys, and it's not doing anything. But I think my sentry guns killed them already, because I don't see them on the map.
Unbelievable. And Mac, what next?
But you're right. I could do the Terminal's EMP.
I'll make it work.
What I want, though, is a back attack.
Here it comes! How's that?
Almost hitting that 13,000.
Gotta think.
He's close. Yeah, see, like, it killed them. The sentry guns did. Well, there's one over... I don't know what's going on, but... As long as the sentry guns are taking care of it, it's fine. Juro can't really do anything else. Alright, we'll just shoot rockets from here then. I'll save you.
Just watch.
Take that missile. Not on my
What's
watch.
the plan? Here goes. Did that do it? How many left?
I'll take them down quick.
Alright, I think we got him on the ropes now.
Number 14.
They're like any other
Getting
punks.
moving.
Die already! Take it!
Almost 8 on a non-back attack. That is not bad at all.
Try again. How's the Sentinel? Don't
Actually, I can
waste
just chill out.
chances. What do I do? Class is in session.
And game, set, match.
See ya.
Clean battle. Nah, not really clean. We took 6% defense damage. Took a few scratches. Scratched the paint a little bit. And that massive fire over there, ignore that.
Aegis activated. Terminal closure complete. Surrounding 2-kilometer area now fully secure. Ending tactical analysis.
We push them back somehow.
These fancy upgraded kaiju are no joke.
It's a
I just want to know why I
vicious
couldn't burst the
cycle.
shield
Stuck
of
in an
those
arms
3
race where we
guys.
can only win
Was
by
that a
improving
glitch?
our
I don't know.
Sentinels.
And that one Deimos was standing in the sky for one turn. I don't know what that was all about.
won't stand a chance.
Yeah, I see that.
Having less direct offense isn't ideal, but if we don't disable them, they'll get out of control.
Even then, we've already bought a lot of time. It can't be that long left. Oh, right. How much more time do we need for this big Save the World program?
Well,
So we made it through.
High fives all around. Good job, team. Yeah.
Come on. The battle's just starting.
I'm surprised A, who didn't have any EMP whatsoever, did all that and got MVP. Good on him. Not the cleanest victory, but we got. Is the gameplay fun? The game seems interesting, but the lack of animations in battle are kind of a turn-off, says Carlos. It's fun. It is fun. Now keep in mind, even though I'm having fun with this game, I already enjoy visual novels, I already enjoy RTS games, so to me, marrying the two is right up my alley. Now, would it be cooler to have like super high detailed animations for each of them, or maybe a zoom out of the action like Fire Emblem and show the individual battle? Sure. Might be a bit complicated though when you have them attacking mass units, or something like Advance Wars. Sure, I get that. But does that make it less fun? Nah. If anything, you're using your imagination a little. Like I said, you're looking at like a tactical overlay. I'm still having fun. Now, can I recommend this game to everybody? No. I really can't blanket recommend this game. Is it a good game? Am I enjoying it? Am I having fun? Yes. Can I recommend it to everyone? No. Because I don't even recommend visual novels to everyone, and that is not a format most people like. Some people don't even like reading, even in RPGs. They're like, yeah, I just skip past all the text boxes. What's going on in the story? I'm like, oh my god. That's why some of them don't like older RPGs that don't have voice acting and isn't cinematic. Because they have to read text boxes and some people just can't be bothered. I mean, you can't force everyone. I think she's the lowest, isn't she? Yeah, a couple of people are at 42. Also, you get more mystery points the more cumulative points you get. That's why replaying older rounds is beneficial. I might do some off-stream grinding then, if that's the case.
quizzes suck. Was your grade that bad, Usami-chan? At my old school, 2089. That's what year it was in my dream. He said he'd gone back in time 16 years to find me. If that was a real premonition, something's gonna happen in the year 2105. That's 120 years from now. We never had class on Saturdays. Really? That sounds wonderful. What's up, Iori?
Hold on, what we got? Okay, this is just an entirely new scenario.
Did you tank the math test too? Those formulas put me right to sleep.
Your score at the end accumulates. Do I have to have a set amount of score at some point?
It was close, though. Don't worry, Yuri-chan. You're good in other subjects. Your grade wasn't so hot either, Miwako. Go.
In that case, I might invest the next bit into the score multiplier. I've been doing that anyway, but seems like it might be important if it's getting us extra mystery points.
Miwa-chan. Yes? What were you watching? A special on Halley's Comet. It's coming next year. Oh, I wanted to see that too. The next one won't be for another 76 years. A once-in-a-lifetime encounter.
It's just for mystery points. I wonder if we'll have enough by the end of the game anyway.
That's how you blew up your studies.
Because I think we're getting enough between the battles anyway to keep on top of it. Between the DNA strand. I could be wrong. If it's something I have to polish off, I polish it off.
It sounds quite different from ours.
This seems like one of those games where you kind of platinum just by playing the entire game.
You know, pretty similar. The best cure for the blues is good eats. It's true. You know that bakery? Their hot dogs are so good. If we're talking about meat, I could really go for some Mikuman.
Oh, we're gonna have a branch
yeah?
based on what we eat now?
Let's get both. Which do you want, Diori? Me? Gotta be hot dogs, right? They make them fresh each day. Warm sausage wrapped in a slightly sweet bun.
See, I like sausages and like sauerkraut and stuff like that. Or not sauerkraut, but bratwurst. But I don't like hot dogs.
Gotta be hot dogs, right? They make them fresh each day.
I'll pick hot dogs just to get the story going. I personally don't like hot dogs.
Let's eat hot dogs. Yes.
I think hot dogs and like those little tiny Frank wieners are gross. No thanks. I sure do love these American hot dogs.
That was a cute bakery. Right? Let's eat before it gets cold.
Maybe that bakery's like a Dairy Queen, Chris, and it just serves hamburgers while it also serves, you know, ice cream sundaes and stuff like that. Because I'm like, Dairy Queen serves like hamburgers. I'm like, why?
What
But hey,
sauce
that's
is
the mystery
that?
of the world.
It's kind of spicy.
It's clearly a diversified bakery.
Yum.
Maybe they make the buns.
Love the kick. I'm not a kid anymore. Gotta be mature to handle this stuff. Usami-chan, you've got chili sauce all over your mouth.
They're eating chili dogs. Sonic would approve. By the way, I think it's hilarious that Sonic the Hedgehog is one of the best video game movies to come out in the last 10 years. I think it's hilarious.
Weird one the other night. It was from the Explorer
I do
series?
still need to see the
What is
Monster
that?
Hunter movie because I love Monster Hunter. I hear it's a dumb movie, but it's dumb fun if you like
I
Monster
watched the
Hunter.
whole damn
Like it's
thing.
sort of
Well,
made
let
for
me
the
with more
fans. And I'm like,
questions
you know, if
than
that's the case, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's always like that. So you know it. The boy.
I might have to take a scenario just to eat this, but it still goes to that. That seems like a waste.
In class we're talking about it. Usami-chan. Huh? What's up, Iori? It's a popular segment on Weird Wednesdays. Last week it was...
It's called Dairy Queen
Terrible
Grill and
Tales
Chill
of the
for a
Massive
reason. I
Mother.
didn't even know it was called
The
Grill and Chill.
Amazon's underground secret.
That wasn't always there, was it?
I think that
No
was
way.
the name. Yeah, something like that. The mummy was so fake. Who believes that stuff? Wait, why do you know so much about it?
If you like visual novels, you may want to check out the
Do you
latest
watch
Sakura
that
Wars
show?
on PS4. Already ahead of you.
Nat-chan wouldn't stop talking about
I
it.
bought that when it first came out. I actually was planning on doing a review of it, but one thing led to another, and I just didn't. But yeah, I definitely have Sakura Wars. I actually, when I was going through my old stuff,
That one.
I saw my old PS2 collection, and I was really glad to see I did still have Ultra Code F on Wild Arms. I thought I sold that, but I didn't, so I'm glad.
The boys in class were talking about it. I usually watch the music show.
I have pretty much everything still, which is good. For some odd reason, I thought I sold Ultra Code F for the longest, and I didn't sell Ultra Code F, which is nice.
These... Miwa-chan. Yes?
It was cool seeing my original Persona 3 right there. Oh, it's so nice. All the Xenosagas. Did you hear about Coming to America? What, the old Eddie Murphy movie? What about it?
Well... Lately, I've been getting into idols. Oh yeah, the one who looks like Amiguchi-kun? Yes! And also, there's a female idol I like a lot too. She's so cute and has a wonderful voice. Oh, is she that really popular one? Yes. She's coming out with the record soon. Maybe I'll buy it. into idols, huh?
You might like her too, Sami-chan. I think it's pretty different from before.
They're making a sequel?
Oh, right.
What can they make a sequel of Coming to America? Don't tell me they're gonna flip the script and be like, oh, this time they're going back to that whatever country they were from. Don't do that.
You can
Don't
sing?
do that. Eddie
What kind
Murphy,
of
don't do
songs?
that.
I'm curious now.
I don't know what Eddie Murphy is doing otherwise, but
It's kind of hard to explain.
Is it foreign music?
is it gonna be called Coming from America? Is that what it's gonna be?
I don't get it.
I can't just say it doesn't exist yet.
It's literally called Coming to America.
Ah, nothing. Don't worry
Okay.
about it.
Why are you
Because
being
Coming to
like
America was
this?
funny, but I don't know if it could
Sorry,
survive in
here we go.
today's environment. I've seen the movie so many times, I don't know
The
why.
best
My
cure
parents
for the
really liked it,
blues
but I watched it a lot and I
is
really like it too. I think it's one of Eddie Murphy's better movies.
I might put on weight.
You know that bakery? Their hot dogs are so... Let's get both.
Oh wait, we can
Wait,
choose
do you-
this?
Me? Gotta be hot dogs, right?
It's a bit chilly today.
Yes, I
Perfect
got
time for
both.
Nikamon. Alright.
Charlie's better than Eddie? I'm not gonna argue. Good evening, Greg. How's it going? Holidays are looking good? Holidays are looking okay. You know, like, this is the first time I'm spending a holiday with my parents. Because normally they have to visit me because we were several states apart, but now we're in the same state. So this is the first time in like so many years that I'm actually able to spend Christmas at their place. Because normally I'm working the day before or day after. But not this year.
That deli's Nikamon are huge.
And so warm.
Time to taste test.
Aren't those just steamed buns? Steamed buns are very good though.
So juicy. The dough's so chewy and light.
Feels great.
But then again, those are filled with meat. So they're more like just dumplings.
Good idea
Just
for a
really
date.
huge dumplings.
Just buy 2 of these. Stuff them in your shirt.
Lucid,
and
how do you like this
bam!
game so far? I
Instant
just picked it up.
Mora Give it some thought.
Ha, that's a PG
By
joke.
yourself.
Lucid, I like this game. It's a good game. But you're only gonna appreciate it if you already have a pre-existing like of strategy games and visual novels. If you like that blend, then you're gonna like this game. You also need to have a tolerance for anime and time travel. Nice, we got both. Unlocked both meat buns.
Are you doing okay?
I'm fine. Something happened?
I told you, remember? Iori-chan collapsed in the science room. I was still at school, so I took her to the nurse's office.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me that.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, thanks for coming with me.
Goto-senpai really saved the day. He carried her there in his arms like a princess. I could hardly believe my eyes.
That's the shocking part. Ever since that day, I can't stop thinking about him. Was it all just a dream?
Umarm, can you do a recapitation of Danganronpa 3? I apologize, I'm not doing a recap of any anime. The anime is good though. I would not be doing it justice just by doing a recap of it. It's not very long. It's only like, what, 13 episodes? Check it out. It's good, watch it.
And that about does it for the sweeping. Good going, Kurabe-kun. Something wrong?
The door won't open.
They wrap up a lot of stuff in Danganronpa 3 for the first few games, so it's important that you watch that. However, if you've already seen Danganronpa V3, don't worry. Danganronpa V3 has nothing to do with Danganronpa 3. I remember when Danganronpa V3 and 3 came out at the same time, and so many people were confused. Myself, I was like, wait, one's V3 and one's 3.
Well, that's a problem.
What?
What
The
do we do with
confusion's
all the
intentional,
equipment?
as you may expect.
I guess just leave it.
We can't do that.
27 if you count both halves in the OVA. Oh, okay, that's right. They went for 2 seasons. That's right. It was 13 episodes per half in the final episode. Was there an OVA? I thought it was just those 27 episodes. What was the OVA about?
Well, I guess I'll get the
Have you
key
played
from the
Suikoden?
teacher's lounge. You can
Yes.
go back to class, Kurabe-kun.
I actually have all the
I'll take care of the
Suikodens.
rest.
Sorry about that.
I even have a original
Hey, no
case,
worries.
original art book.
Good
Well, it
job
didn't really.
today.
I don't think I had a booklet. I think it just had a small little thing of Suikoden 2. Very expensive
She's in the
copy
same
these
grade
days.
as me, but she talks like she's my older sister.
I even have Suikoden Tactics that my best friend once gave to me like 15 years ago. Because he knew that I liked a lot of those RPGs.
This building is so old. And so quiet. It's kind of creepy.
Have you played the King of Fighters? Off and on. I actually do like King of Fighters a lot. I don't think I played King of Fighters 14, which I think was the last one they made, but I did play a lot of King of Fighters 13, and that was really fun. King of Fighters is a very fun fighting game. It's very straightforward.
There we go. Now I can put stuff away.
Have you recapped them? I have recapped Suikoden 2.
Who's
I
there?
have not recapped anything else off the
Kurabe-kun?
Suikoden series.
Oh, I get it. You're trying to surprise me, right?
Is that a time
Right.
warp flash?
Come on. This isn't funny. Just come out, okay? What the? No one's here. It's so bright. What's
Here's
going
the time
on?
warp.
Looks like you've come to.
I'm so glad you're okay, Yuri-chan.
Miwa-chan.
I bet they mind wiped her.
You were lying on the floor.
Men in Black style.
Completely unconscious.
Looking
How do
forward
you
to the
feel?
spiritual successor, Yuden Chronicle. Yeah, me too. I actually backed their Kickstarter.
Senpai.
I don't like backing a lot of Kickstarters since so many of them are so shady, and so few of them
Don't push
live up to the
yourself.
hype. I decided to throw some faith their way. And
You should
60 bucks.
stay in bed.
I'm okay. How
So
did I
good
get
luck to
here?
that team.
Goto-senpai found you. He carried you all the way here.
Suikoden is not my favorite series though.
He did what?
It does a lot of really cool things, but
The burning city.
there's still a lot of stuff that I
Were
want
you
it to
there
do.
too, Senpai?
Because it introduced a lot of
don't know what
ideas
you're
that I want them
talking
to
about.
delve into.
You had collapsed in the science room.
Huh? The science room? While you were in there, how do I say this? Did you see any weird flashing screens? Anything like that?
No. There was nothing of the sort.
I like a smug grin he has when he looks to the side.
A dream. That's all it was. I'm sure.
A dream?
King of Fighters reboot looks cool. Wait, they're making a reboot? I did not hear about this.
Miwa-chan. I saw it. The burning city from my dreams.
Another nightmare?
No. I was actually there.
Let's calm down, Iori-chan. It was just another dream.
A dream.
Alright, I guess we recall it.
There's no way. It was real. And I saw... him. He was there. At the burning city.
That's a new pose where he takes off his glasses and looks away. Oh, and he looks back. Sub-Zero, love your content, gotta go. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Yeah, you too, Sub-Zero. Thank you so much.
It's destroyed as far as the eye can see. Just
Happy
like
holidays
the
to you
place
too.
I saw in my dreams.
If I don't catch you tomorrow, then have a good one regardless. Thank you for the support. I wonder if we're gonna get the dream where
someone.
older Karabe kills everyone.
Hey, oh, you're...
No sudden moves.
Huh? Is that a gun?
Who are you?
A giant UFO buried underground. Was it a premonition? I'm Iori Fuyusaka.
I know that much.
Huh? How do you...
Who ordered you to come here?
Ordered? I just saw a flash in the science room. And the next thing I knew, I was here. Wherever this is.
You really don't know? This is Ashitaba City. In the year 2065.
The future? No way.
If the gate reacted to her, she must be one of the 15. And that's not all. She unlocked the gate. A locked gate can only be opened with Morimura's ID.
Bum bum bum, we already knew this.
It's as I suspected. Iori Fuyusaka is the real Chihiro Morimura.
Morimura? You mean our teacher?
So, like, I guess that kind of explains why the subway Chihiro turned into her and then turned into Morimura.
How was
Well, I
the
guess that
city
doesn't explain
destroyed?
anything, but it relates it.
We're safe at this distance.
What is that?
The Daimos.
From the kaiju movies?
Not a bad comparison. But this one's a machine.
Those things appear in droves. Hell-bent on destroying the world.
Have you ever heard of Symphogear?
They'll take over our very own town.
I tried watching the first Symphogear when it came out. I didn't get
How do
into
you
it.
know so much?
Don't get the wrong idea. I saw it in a dream.
A dream?
That monster was wrecking the city. And
Who's made that guy
coming
who
for
made the
me.
Wild Arms games? Was directed by the
I
guy who
ran for my
directed
life.
Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. I didn't
There
watch
were other
Yu-Gi-Oh!
dreams,
5Ds.
too. People talking about monsters. Maybe they weren't dreams after all.
That was the one where they dueled on the motorcycles, wasn't it?
That's right. We lost the fight and ran away. A monster was chasing us. And the person with me was... Koto-senpai. When did I get so obsessed with boys? They keep showing up in my dreams. My dreams have been so strange lately. So I've been thinking... maybe they're premonitions.
What are your other dreams like?
Personal.
In one dream, after the city was destroyed, I wound up underground inside a big UFO. In another one, I escaped to the past all by myself. Were those all real?
Morimura told me the same stories. Dreams, huh?
Who are you?
Wait, do you hear that?
And then we still haven't heard much about Prisoner 426.
A drone. Shit. They found me.
Nice shot.
There's no choice. Come with me.
Huh? Okay.
I have watched many people play Yu-Gi-Oh! I have a couple of friends that, well, acquaintances really, that played Yu-Gi-Oh! I never got into Yu-Gi-Oh!
Sekigahara got away.
Did you find Sentinel number 8?
Yes. It had been taken over by the Daimos.
I suppose it's risky to send units out autonomously. I'll restore manual control to number 8. Go ahead and shut it down for now.
By the way, we had a surprise visitor. A Sekigahara.
He's in this sector?
Unfortunately, he got away. And not only that, can you see her? She's a student from Sector 4. Could he have brought her here? She looks familiar.
Just want to point out that
Same class as Kisaragi.
everyone else has to undress to drive
In
one of
any
the
case,
Sentinels, but she's able to be
bring her
clothed.
back.
Just throwing it out there. You know, for research purposes. Oh, we actually got Goto. If they gave us Goto, that means there's enough revelations that we know. Let's get everyone else above 50. And then work on Goto. I like his pose. Very aggressive.
Looks like I've lost them for now. I have to consider my next moves carefully. Just an ordinary cop.
We have a lot of stuff here.
A girl with red glasses and braids. She created NMC0204. The same pills I take. I saw her at the school.
Jack's a bit backwards.
What
What did I get
business would an
backwards?
android have there? Besides, there was something different about her then. DD426.
426.
Likely the root of my memory loss. But who would create such a thing? And why?
Come in. Are you there?
Alright. Multiple options here.
Found at the nurse's office where Chihiro Morimura
I know
worked.
you can hear me,
The label
Sekigahara.
matches the one on the bottle I had. Oral NM C0204.
Pick up.
I guess we'll pick up.
Don't be a fool.
I wonder if that's one of the things, is you ignore it. Oh, here we go. Oh, we need Natsuno. Well, apparently we have the keys for these other things. Phaser and Cryptic Note.
What do you want?
It seems you found your way onto school grounds. Unless you want to get caught, you shouldn't wander about. What business did you have there?
I wanted to learn more about the person I killed.
Forgive me.
This cop is like nothing out of the ordinary here.
Did you see anyone else there? Did anyone see you?
No.
I trust you. Partners don't lie to each other, after all.
Partners? Us?
You really don't remember? You and I are working together to save everyone.
I think the person on the other end of that is either
Even the one I
426 or
That was
whoever
a necessary
is
action
playing
to prevent
Fluffy.
Operation Aegis. No one else has figured out the truth yet. Those who came from other sectors have been deceived. And Morimura was the one behind it. There's no coming back after total annihilation.
Hey Gideon, welcome to chat.
Enough. It's why you
Hope you're having a good 3 days till Christmas.
What job?
You were tasked with retrieving information. It was to be extracted from a certain data unit. But circumstances have changed. That unit may jeopardize our escape. You must destroy it. It's likely hidden somewhere at Sakura High School. And it may be accompanied by another student. Seek out Natsuno Minami in Class 1C.
Is that an order?
Not at all. I'm merely presenting options. The situation must be dealt with one way or another. If we don't, there's no turning back.
It's basically the nanomachine equivalent of a virus program.
Oh.
Except it causes brain damage. The infected will ultimately lose their memories, or end up as husks of themselves. It's likely the cause of my memory loss.
Oh. Did we get this before?
That must be why I killed her. She's... The note says 443-685-3214. What could it mean? There's an... Now that I think about it, this is the same gun that android was using.
Let's pull it out for
The
another
one
cop.
from the future.
Cop's like, that's a really cool toy you have,
Hey,
young
you.
man. Oops.
What were you just holding? Show me
I was just
right
joking
now.
about the cop not doing anything, and then he actually did something. You know what? Good on you, game.
Now do what I say and empty your pockets. This some kind of toy gun? I'm taking you in for further questioning. Yeah.
Damn it.
Freeze!
Huh, how about that? I was just messing around.
Looks like I managed to lose that cop. A gun from the underground facility in the future. The android was using it. Natsuno Minami. She was the one who had that data unit. The medical records of Shu Amiguchi, Juro Izumi, and Ryoko Shinonome. They've all been administered a pill called NM.
Oh, can I not look at their individuals now?
Found
Okay. Maybe that was a thing. But I looked at the cryptic note. We didn't do anything. I guess when we replay this, we have all that now. I wonder what cryptic note was.
and now all that running, and I end up back here. Morimura's death hasn't been made public yet. Those black suits must have disposed of the body. Okay. Let's say I did kill her. At that point, they were already coming after me. Did I lure Morimura out here? It just doesn't add up. I managed to find some good clues here before, but I'm still not sure what some of them mean. This is the note Morimura had in her possession. I don't understand these rows of numbers. Are they even related? This key I had on me. It has some kind of emblem on it. Was I driving a car?
A key that huge can only
The
go to a
emblem appears
motorcycle.
to be a button. pressed it. No nearby car made a sound, though. Maybe it's somewhere further away.
Greg, stereotyping not your style. Hey, I was making an assumption of the gameplay. I was not in any way, shape, or form. Oh. That's cool.
How in the world did this motorcycle get here? Did it come when I pressed the button on the key?
Voice authentication. Verified. A key is required to unlock this vehicle.
It's voice activated too? Is this a self-driving motorcycle?
I guess we should get on.
Vehicle unlocked. You may issue commands using your voice. Please set your next destination.
Honestly, I would trust a self-driving motorcycle over the way some people drive out there.
Hey, who do you belong to?
Registered drivers of the Shikishima SXR-NR. A. Sekigahara and Chihiro Morimura.
Me and Morimura? It looks like I've used this motorcycle before.
I can smell myself
They must
on
know
it.
where I've taken it. I'm guessing you have a travel log, right? Can you pull it up?
Displaying travelogue.
Looks like I've taken this thing all around the city. But there are only 2 places I've visited multiple times. Aside from Sakura High, it's just this one other spot.
Set this location as your destination.
Yes.
I guess we're going.
Let's hit the road.
Yeah.
Hey, did I leave anything with you?
Invalid request. Please specify.
I want to know if I left behind any messages.
2 logs found from A. Sekigahara.
Seriously?
Begin playback.
Yeah, show me.
So, did you find it? Well, your intuition was right. I'm leaving this message as a precaution, just in case I lose my memory sooner than I expect. You've still got work to do if you want to escape this world. You must acquire the data logs from 2188. One more thing, and this takes priority over all else. You can't let Chihiro Morimura execute Operation Aegis. She holds a position as a nurse at Sakura High School, but it's all under false pretenses. Stop her at all costs. My headaches are getting worse. I'm running out of time. In any case, some interesting developments have come up. I've confirmed that Iori Fuyusaka was able to use the gate. I checked the log she left behind. The ID she used was Morimura's biometric ID. Iori Fuyusaka is Chihiro Morimura. Knowing this,
I mean, we got that
do
information.
I still try to stop Operation Aegis? That's the real question. Well, the answer's obvious, isn't it?
Playback complete.
Fuyusaka.
I have to say though, I can see what people mean though. It feels like every single character individually has a story that is almost a full gameplay of itself. Like that, there have been games whose entire stories are the length of each person's individual character story.
Destination reached. Ending navigation.
So this is the place. Now what am I gonna find here? Locked. This factory has to be what I'm here for.
If only there was a giant window I could crash and crawl through. Oh well. I guess I'll just leave.
Look who we have here. Sekigahara. Here to cause some more trouble? Something wrong? No, nothing. Let me guess. You finally lost your memories, right? How did you know? Just by the way you're acting. Kind of a dead giveaway. I'm surprised you even made it back here. Do you know what I was trying to do here?
That's odd.
Okino.
You're in my way.
And you are?
It didn't work. I suppose 32% wasn't enough. You recognize me, don't you?
No, I don't.
That can't be. Focus.
Hey, Okino.
Take a good look at my face. I know you can remember.
Yeah, I guess we remember.
Wait! This can't be. Pills the android gave me in the underground facility in 2104. They slow the effects of DD-426. A third-generation model. Sentinel number 19. So this is where it was transmitted. Is this a hangar for Sentinels?
Awfully persistent, aren't you? Fine. You got me.
I know it's you, Okino.
Even in this outfit, you managed to catch me.
Have you been in hiding ever since the incident? Just laying low in Sector 5? I need to stop the effects of DD-426. You're an expert on the subject, aren't you?
I am indeed. It's a code that was distributed on the battlefield. Do you know who's responsible for spreading it?
No.
Right. This is exactly why I went into hiding. Because I can't trust anyone. And that includes you, Sekigahara.
You were on the battlefield too.
Is that her Sentinel,
You're
I'm
not showing
assuming?
any symptoms.
I wonder.
I could say the same about you.
Because they
I'm
did say they
taking
were
pills
15.
to help reduce the symptoms.
Pills?
Pills.
Pills here.
These.
I see. These serve as additional code for priority processing.
These aren't going to save me.
Of course they won't. All you're doing is buying yourself some time.
What about you? You're completely healthy.
How's it going, Sebastian?
There
Welcome
must
to
be
the
some way
chat.
to stop it, right?
I'm
Need a
afraid
recap?
that's
Ooh,
impossible.
that's gonna be complicated.
It was about a year ago. I discovered a code created by 426. The aptly named DD-426. I tested it on myself in an attempt to detach the decode, which resulted in the loss of my memories. That's why I was unaffected on the battlefield.
That can't be true. You don't seem like you've lost your memories at all.
That's because I transferred my memories to my nanomachines. And I was able to create a simulated personality.
Oh, interesting.
It carries all the qualities that make up my identity.
Let me get this straight. You're a program that's simulating Okino?
Initially, yes. But now that I've been affixed to the brain, I've become the true Tsukasa Okino. I possess the original Okino's personality and memories. You can't even tell the difference.
But you're still not the same. The Okino from before was different.
Human beings are constantly evolving. Whether we retain our memories or not, we're never the same as our past selves. My goodness. Your pursuit of me caused quite the panic. Professor Doji wants to have me restrained. And now that you've caught me, maybe it's time I gave up. Oh, perfect timing.
Huh?
Hijiyama-kun, over here! Help!
Huh?
Kiriko-san! What's going on?
That man!
Hey, who the hell are you? How'd you get in here?
Please,
Where's my
make
sandwich?
him go away.
Hold it, Okino!
Not so fast, you bastard! You're coming with me! This is highly classified material, and you've seen too much.
Damn you, Okino.
Played. Are you going to skip over third birthday since it was so bad? Nope.
Okino.
We started this series, we're going to continue it. Eventually.
Remember now?
Tsukasa Okino. We met in Sector 5.
Besides, I wonder if time has healed that
You're an
wound.
AI
I really do
construct.
wonder if it's as bad as
Is
it
that
was
all?
received back then. Because sometimes people get a very
You've
negative
neglected to
reaction to
remember
something,
some
and it's really
rather
not all that
important
bad.
details.
Especially if you play it later, and you have more context to things.
Try
I don't
this
know.
again.
Okino, do you really have to stand so close to him?
Don't pay him any mind. He's just jealous.
Yeah, right.
Now concentrate, Sekigahara. Try to remember why you kept coming back here.
He's like, oh, okay, now I think I'm losing my memories. You better stand in front of me to keep him going. Okay, now he's voiced by the same lady who does Ash Ketchum, the original Ash Ketchum? I believe it. She's done a lot of games. I expected to see like a pile of sandwiches somewhere.
How are you feeling?
My head feels like it's about to split in half.
What about
Or not,
the
catch you
pills?
next time? Yeah.
They aren't
Thanks for
working.
hanging out.
But you've taken
If
so
I don't see you
many of them
tomorrow, then have
already.
a great holiday.
They still aren't helping?
We're ready to go.
Okay, Ogre, I think the problem people had with their birthday was the over-sexualization of Aya.
Oh.
Really? That was the only problem? So everything else was great? The story, the gameplay, the levels, the plotline, everything else was great about it? That was the only problem they had? I wonder.
There was one thing I wanted
If that's
to
the case,
ask you.
then that game must be pretty good by
You
today's
seemed
standards,
very
because
reluctant to go
most
through
people
with this at
are
first.
very
But
flexible when it
now
comes to that
you've
sort
come
of
to
thing
rely
these
on this
days.
plan. So what changed your mind?
Nothing changed. I still think this is terrible. But there are some things I don't want to forget. Like that vile face of yours.
I'll be sure to preserve that memory for you.
Walk me through the steps once more.
Sure. First, I'll input a memory extraction code into you. Your memories can be saved at any time. Your consciousness itself, though, can't be saved. Then, a simulated personality will...
All I need is for you to
A
save
stack
my
of
memories.
yakisoba pan? Yeah, absolutely. That's what I
I
meant
don't
to
want
say. You know
some
what I meant.
AI taking over me.
A simulated personality will think the same way you do. It'll be able to work together with your own brain. In other words, it will act as a support to your brain. The relationship is symbiotic. It'll teach your brain new ways to think and solve problems. But you will still be in charge of decision-making.
hate myself.
Oh, I can't help
I
with
really
that.
don't need a simulated personality.
All right. In that case, I'll simply extract your memories. After your memories are extracted, they'll be stored in your nano-machines. I'll configure it so when the decode region is detached, your memories will be backed up. We'll require an intracerebral map to save your memories, though it'll all be pointless if you end up as a husk. Your brain did have more damage than anticipated. My equipment can only do so much. I'll only be able to map roughly 30% of the region per scan. So you'll have to make multiple trips. Let's get started, shall we? Please, take a seat. I'm going to create your intracerebral map. We'll start with some word exercises. Try listing any words starting with A that come to mind. As you say each word, imagine the object in your head.
A. Apple.
Actually, apple's what I thought of first too.
Asphalt.
Then I thought of ape.
Anchor.
I wonder if apple is just something like, if you ask people, name a word that begins with A. I wonder, Family Feud style, what the percentage, if you polled 100 people, how many people would say apple as their first thing? Total Recall. I swear, that's what his entire route is like.
All right.
Alright, real fast. So we go to the front gate. I'm guessing we don't do the flashback.
So many mysteries. Can't go. Ryoko Shinonome. Seems like she's completely forgotten. But she's the one who told me to hide that box in the first place.
There you are. I've been looking for you.
Any recommendations on shows to watch over winter break? I need to catch up to stuff. I have such a super long backlog. People are constantly recommending stuff to me. My backlog is huge.
Just been antsy without my cigarettes.
Alright, so we need to go to the front gate. Oh, we didn't go to the shrine. We learned about the shrine, but we didn't go to the shrine. Do we now have Tokisaka Shrine? Me, I'm trying to catch up with the last couple weeks of I was current on the only anime I was watching recently was I started Yashahime, which was it's just a sequel to Inuyasha. I was current on Fire Force, which I was enjoying. Nothing else current from this season.
Right? Guess I'll grab my bag.
Oh, I'll go with you.
Cobra Kai, which I think is on its 3rd season, isn't it? I haven't watched any of it. I think I watched each Karate Kid, like part 1, part 2, part 3, once and never again. And not because I disliked it. I just never got into it.
Ah, shit. Wajima.
Yo,
I wonder if kicking his ass is a route.
Out of my way, punk.
you trying to give me orders now?
You better get out of my face. I'm not in the mood for your shit right now.
Sorry I'm late.
You really have crap timing, Aiba.
Takamiya-san? Are these people
Don't worry about him. There's bitches.
friends of yours?
That's right. And if you're friends with her, that means you have to be friends with me too.
Hey! You lay a finger on her, and I'll break all 10 of yours.
Oh, you think you can threaten me?
Bastard. Does that answer your question?
Have it your way. I owe you a lesson from before.
Stay back, Aiba.
Maybe this time it'll stick.
All right, break it up.
Oh, don't worry. He's broken already. No problems here, officer.
Shit.
Man, they threw us in
School
already?
called the cops on me.
I'll get a break out of jail.
Hey, buddy. Can I go home now?
No.
Damn it. 4 Eyes isn't gonna shut up about this. It's gonna be a real drag if I get suspended from school.
What followed?
No.
I'm just gonna go outside if you don't mind. See ya.
Hey,
Just wondering where the ladies' room is. Alright, fine.
Gideon, this guy's just a punching bag. I know Wajima's entire existence in this game is to just be an alternate route trigger and also get his ass kicked every single time.
I'll take over from here.
yes, sir.
Onishi the ogre.
Glad to see you haven't changed, Takamiya.
This guy reminds me I still have yet to play Judgment.
So, what happened to Wajima's lackeys?
Most of them got away.
Didn't know Inuyasha had a sequel?
To
Yeah,
recall,
watch
I
the
only have mine
watch the
in
final
here.
season, and then there's a follow-up series, which is a new one. Don't mind my incredibly squeaky chair.
I've been worried about you. They took you away and... I didn't even know you were transferred. What happened? Are you involved with the SIU?
How do you know about that?
Tell me what you know.
Sorry, old man. Can't talk about it.
Half a year ago, there was an incident involving the transport of heavy machinery. It was reported as an accident, and in the middle of all of it was a young lady, Ryoko Shinonome. I took her into custody,
Shinonome.
but just like
Haven't
with
played
you,
Judgment yet? Nope.
those men from the SIU
One thing you have to
took her away by
understand
force.
is that unless I'm streaming is the most
Her
amount of gaming
statement was a
I
curious
get in a
one, though.
week, outside of playing
She
recaps.
claimed both her
And
and her
recaps
weapon
aren't
came from
obviously
the
the most
future
current things.
to fight
So unless I can
against
sneak
kaiju.
away and cut away even more sleep and play something else on the side, I usually just balance between whatever I'm streaming in the week and then recap. Because if I do 3 games at a time, my mind starts confusing the details. Especially when you play a lot of games in the same genre. So if I'm playing like recap, like right now playing Valkyrie Profile 2, I don't want to play another traditional RPG because at that point I'm at risk of confusing and blurring the details. Trust me, when you go through an RPG
believe that
every
crap?
other week, a brand
was
new one
another
every other
heavy
week,
machinery
a
accident
lot
just
of details
recently.
start to blur.
I saw it there, just before they covered it up in a
That's one thing that people kind of...
And let me tell you,
I don't blame them for not
that thing
understanding,
was
but it's a
no
different
ordinary piece
perspective.
of construction equipment.
Because most people play
Something is
maybe
going on in this
5,
town.
6 RPGs. I think
have to
NPD
find
data
out.
shows that most people only give out,
You'll
on
tell me what
average,
you
the average
know,
person
won't you?
gets 4 games a year. Which I believe. So to me, from my perspective, when I'm playing an RPG every other week, and you go through dozens of RPGs in a year, that's why I may come off as belligerent when I say this is very average, because my average is from a significantly larger sample size than somebody who's only played 4 RPGs in a year, when I played like 20 something. So to me, it's like, yes, that's a lot of worlds, a lot of characters, a lot of tropes, a lot of plot points, a lot of things you see in multiple games. And so because of that, when I say something like this is a very average scale thing, or this is very atypical, or even when I see something doing something original, I really do mean that. And I don't mean an insulting or overly praising way. It's just a different perspective.
You'll tell me what you know, won't you?
DNGRM, you do good work. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Kind words help fuel me, because there are many days it doesn't feel like it's going so well. I often tell people, if somebody's like, oh man, it must be great to have to go through so many RPGs, think of it like this. I don't choose the games, and that makes all the difference when you don't choose. Because here's an analogy some of you may think of. So say you sit down at a great restaurant, and at the restaurant you notice, like, this restaurant has it's just like highly rated, everybody's talking about it, all your friends are like, oh dude, everything they serve there is so good, like whatever you get, it's all good, trust me. And you're taking them on faith. So you sit down at this restaurant, you notice there's no menu, and you ask, it's like, hey, what's on the menu? It's like, oh, actually we pick for you. And I'm like, excuse me? It's like, how do you know if I'm gonna like it? Oh, don't worry, that doesn't matter. We choose for you what you're going to eat, and don't worry, everything we serve is good, trust me. And I keep hearing that a lot. It's like, oh, just trust me, it's good, this meal's been around for 20-something years. It was the hit back in the 90s. Trust me, it's good. So here you go, and then you have it, and you're like, I don't necessarily want to eat this. No, you're going to eat that, and you can't throw it away, and you can't take it home, and you can't eat something else until you finish this. So you were given a meal that you're told is going to be very good over and over and over, and it's never anything you ordered. That's what it's like. That's just Tonio's restaurant. Yeah, except Tonio's restaurant heals you of your maladies. It's a constant stream of dishes that you're told are all very good, and you are just forced to consume it. Consume, and it's never anything you choose. That's what it's like. The recaps, yes, I do my best work on each one, but do understand one thing. It's been many years since I've done a recap that I chose to do. Many times I could sneak in something, but most of the time it's, I don't want to say obligation, that sounds very detached, because a lot of these games are okay. And a lot of these games I have very opinions about, which some of you who ever watch a Deep Cut series will know. But one thing I could definitely say is I understand the perspective of film and food critics now. Because food critics sit down, they don't get to pick the meal. They are served it, they have to eat it, and they have to then critique it. It's not like you sat down and you ordered that thing. Movie critic, you have to sit down and watch this movie that's been presented in front of you. You never asked for it. You never asked for any of it. But you still have to review it, and you still have to be professional with your standards. That's what it's like. And if you like it, whatever. If you don't like it, then the people that like it try to hang you, because apparently you don't understand movies, even though you watch more movies in a year than probably they have ever watched in their lifetime. That's what it's like. And then, so the disconnect there is rough. Sorry to side rail that. That was just a very personal story. Gideon, one of the few people who does recaps for mostly JRPGs and other obscure games. Yeah, thank you for the support. And comments always come in one wave. I still am at the point where I read all comments. I told myself once I reach 100K, I'm gonna stop reading comments. Mostly because of people's recommendations, I feel I've saturated. I have yet to see, it's very rare, where somebody recommends something for the queue that's something I genuinely have overlooked, or I'm like, oh, I'm shocked I haven't added that. Somebody the other day requested Perfect Dark. I'm like, oh, Perfect Dark, that is perfect, ironically. Not only is the game coming out, like the next one, it's in development at least, but I love the original Perfect Dark, and it does have a story that's fun. So, yeah, I added that to the queue. When am I going to get around to it? Who knows? But, I noticed the comments just come in waves now. That's why sometimes you'll see me have fun with my words or insert references or jokes, because I'm just trying to have fun in my, I don't want to say prison cell, because let's be real, I'm just recapping video games. It's not like I'm breaking rocks out there in the sun or you know, putting hot tar on roofs. But I try to have fun and make the most of it. I always present just the facts.
They're honest. Shinonome and her weapon came from the future, huh? I remember in Natchan's notebook. She wrote about time travel.
If that sounds like a complaint, maybe it was. But I'm really not dissatisfied. I'm gonna still keep doing recap. I have enough work for the next 10 years.
Maybe I should talk
with,
to him.
Like, there's over 100 games. At least. There's like 200 games I think of the queue right now. It's ridiculous. I look at that queue. Even the open series I have is 3 years worth of work. I'm stacked on the next 3 years of work just working on open series if I do nothing else. That's why I'm trying to weave in short ones in between long ones. The ones that are short.
Natsuno Minami has been missing since last week. Are the police even looking for her?
Natsuno.
After 9 months, it's almost like being in a prison cell. Man, if that's 9 months, man, I've been doing this for years.
She's a first year at Sakura High, and the SIU are looking for her. You'll let me know.
Since you play so many RPGs, what aspects make the story good for you? That is a very personal question, I could say, because what I appreciate in an RPG story is not what other people may appreciate. But since you asked, the things that come to mind off the top of my head, I'm putting it on the controller, sorry if it delays and everyone's like, this is a gameplay? Yeah, well, this is streaming. I can talk. And I want to talk over the game, because there's interesting details. But the thing I enjoy is dynamic character development, context with the narrative, and continuity. I love that stuff. That stuff is delicious. That's why when I look at things, or I look at games, and people are like, wow, this character's so well written, and I look at it, I'm like, this isn't that deep of a character writing. Like, we don't have their motivation for this, we don't understand their context for that, this doesn't lead up with their mentality over here, like, or this is a very superficial character, we're only given one aspect of it, or they do only one note. You may like that aspect of it, but they don't actually, they're the same person at the beginning of the game as they are at the end of the game. If that happens, that's one of the things that annoys me the most. I don't like static characters, especially in adventure games, especially in horror games, especially in RPGs. Like, you just survived something incredible, literally incredible. Most people do not believe this has possibly happened. And you're the same person before and after the incident? Give me a break. That's just lazy writing. I'm a cool guy who's jaded and I've seen everything the world has to offer. No, you're not. Get over yourself. I don't have that many lines left to cross in this world. Nothing could faze me. Whatever. That's just lazy writing. Do you feel that way about this game? Feel which way? That has dynamic characters? Well, we don't know the characters to begin with. That's what this game has as an advantage. We're presented characters, aspects of them, fragments of them, and we are actually putting them together like a puzzle to figure out who they are, because there are so many misdirects and so many duplicates and so many contextual things. The thing I like about this that I hope it pays off on is that the strings connect in a way that creates an engaging narrative.
What follows is an...
So, how much do you already know
Let me drink some water after that.
about the SIU?
It seems there's an understanding among the higher-ups. But it's still a mystery for us underlings. As far as I know.
One thing I have learned over the
Extensive
years
research on
is that I have
Shikishima
no
Industries.
idea what makes a game popular.
I figured as much.
Because there's some games that end up being very popular that have just very average stories. And then there's some games with very good stories or very good details about it that you think would be more popular, and it ends up not being very popular, it ended up being a very obscure thing. And then somewhere in the middle, where sometimes it is right-sized, where like, you know what, this got about as much acclaim as I think it deserves. There's no consistency. I think that's why marketing teams are paid so much.
Now, I don't know how much this is true.
Literally snow at some
But,
points.
according to
Here's the thing, if you're talking about Final Fantasy 13 snow,
Shikishima is
snow
making nuclear weapons.
has a very roller
And
coaster
there are
character
miners
development across the
involved.
3 games. Same thing for Lightning.
They told me to watch him,
They have more
which is
character
why they
writing for those 2
transferred me.
characters alone than almost any other character in the entire franchise. Doesn't matter if you like them or not. But Final Fantasy 13 Snow is so different from 13-2 Snow, who's so very different from Lightning Return Snow. Yet there are parts of his character that are consistent between them. But it's the context and the environment and the choices he made that changes them that makes him such an interesting character. They still don't do too much with him in terms of like the story, the gameplay, but he does take a journey.
Take a look at this. It's a request to limit traffic while transporting heavy machinery. The thing Shinonome claimed to have arrived in is on its way to Shikishima's new shipbuilding dock as we speak.
If I can get there, maybe I can finally.
People have a
figure it
bad
out.
habit, and maybe
What the
this is
machine
again
and
just
what happened to Nachan.
their perspective of doing the best they can with the words and the understanding they have about explaining why they think something is good or is not good.
After hearing what
They usually
Onishi
withdraw to
Yoga had to
emotional
say,
rationale, which
I had
is
no choice
not
but to get on
useful.
this train.
Like, oh, this character must be good because I can relate to them and I like them. That's not a reason
No
why the
idea what
character is
Shinonome
good. That is a
find there.
reason why you like them
The
and why
anticipation
you're
was
immersed.
twisting my
That is
stomach
not a
into
reason why the
knots.
character is good. Do not conflate the two. Well, if I like it and I relate to it, it's got to be good. Okay, well that is projection, is not what you're doing. Because any choices you make must be good, because obviously you only make good choices. That's incredibly circular logic.
The shipbuilding dock.
I mean, this isn't a Reddit forum
It's on
where
a
people can
landfill near
think
the port.
circumstantial
A deserted
evidence,
area
emotional
with nothing but
bias,
storage.
and personal agendas
Take this train to
justify the
last
quality
stop,
of an actual story.
And then wait near the facility.
And I'm not some
I'll
weird
have to wait until
pseudo-intellectual
dark to
who's
sink
like,
in.
oh yes, near automata. I too know of this, like, you know, these delvings into philosophy. I'm like, motherfucker, you just will play this game once, you think you're enlightened. Whatever. Is that Neji?
Ogata?
Yeah, it is.
Takamiya.
What are you doing here?
Obvious, ain't it? I'm going home.
But I thought... Don't you live near Nachan's house?
Yeah, when we were in elementary school. I live with my grandpa now. Where are you going?
Oh, well, to see the ocean?
You alright?
I like how he just doesn't buy that.
So where's your minion? Decided not to follow you around today?
You mean Erica Iba?
Iba?
You're in Class D, right? She's in your class, isn't she?
Huh? That's not Iba. Iba's been absent from school for a while now.
The next stop is Akebi.
Oh. Gotta switch trains at the next stop. I'm gonna take off. See ya.
Isn't she... I'm not gonna speculate. Anything you think about in this game is not real.
Then, who the hell is she? Shit. Who can I even believe anymore? I guess just myself now.
Because she can't
Trust
be
nothing
old
I
lady
don't see with my
Karate.
own eyes. And the first thing
Or
I'm
maybe
gonna
she
see,
could be.
the weapon at
Because
Shikishima.
Yuki is Natsuno's mother, and yet here they are at the same time, the same place.
Security sure is crap here. Sneaking in was almost too easy. Though, when it's this damn dark, it's hard to see much of anything.
Ninji Ogata, Class 1D, has made the claim that Erika Aiba is not who she says she is. If that's true, then who's the person that's been following me this whole time?
People's perspective are always an interesting thing, and people love to over-assume and self-project their own reflections on other people. For example, let's take recent Darling Gone Wrong, Game of Thrones. Now, I actually was given the Game of Thrones, like a Song of Ice and Fire book before the show ever came out. Like, my friend gave me this book years ago, and he told me, hey, this is a good book. I apologize, because he may or may not be in chat. He knows who he is. I never finished that book because I thought it was incredibly boring. I'm reading through it. It is incredibly boring. I tried listening to it on audio. It is incredibly boring. So I didn't watch the show because I'm like, the book was so boring. But it ended up being super popular. I'm like, okay, well, good. People like it, whatever. And then, like, season 8 comes out, and then everyone's having, you know, hissy fits over it because it's just, you know, whatever the writers did. I don't freaking know. I don't care. Clearly, they didn't do a very popular job with it. And so I always thought, what if I just watch season 8? Especially since it's not in the books, so it's not doing anything. It's not spoiling anything, much of anything. If I just watch season 8 of Game of Thrones, I can therefore go to anybody in any conversation about Game of Thrones and say, you know, I really thought Game of Thrones season 8 was really interesting, dynamic, and honestly, it's the best season I've seen. And I'm not lying. However, anybody listening in is going to go ahead and pre-assume that I've watched all of it, I'm familiar with all of it, and my opinion is coming from the context of their opinion, just swapped out for the personal perspective of season 8. And there you have the source of every internet argument, where everyone thinks that what they know is the extent of what it needs to be known, and any differing opinions are therefore just disjunctive and wrong and need to be educated, corrected, combated, whatever.
Huh?
For some odd reason, I have a
Where's that light
soapbox
coming
tonight.
from? Wait a minute. It's my skin that's lighting up?
Then Ark, what is this? This is 13 Sentinels.
Well,
Aegis Rim.
that explains
Who's there?
it.
Wait, I know that
Real,
voice.
thanks for joining the chat.
Ryoko
And yeah, I'm enjoying
Shinonome.
the game, absolutely.
What are you doing here?
If you're not familiar with 13 Sentinels, it came out about September, and
You-
it is a mix of visual
Your leg is
novel
glowing.
with real-time
What's
strategy
going
combat.
on?
Our bodies are responding. We are pilots.
Pilots?
We are being called by the 14th Sentinel.
Son of a... What the hell is that? Is this the thing that was being moved through the streets?
This is a weapon. We will need it for the upcoming battle. And you are one of the people who can pilot it. Yuki Takamiya.
You. I remember you from the list. You're Renya Goto.
What do you mean, one of? This is my Sentinel.
Sentinel? So, this is the weapon Shikishima made?
No, Shikishima did not make this.
He's been taking off his glasses a
did.
lot.
Who the hell are you guys?
From our perspective, this world is nothing but the past.
You mean time travel? You're not serious, are you?
Very. The
I think at any
Sentinels
point anybody who's
themselves are
jumping
weapons
into
from
this
the
game
future.
can just walk in and be like, what the hell am I watching? What are they talking about? Yup is the big answer to all of that.
So, this is the Sentinel? This is what Nachan was looking for? A robot that can fight aliens?
Really? Aliens? Was she planning on fighting some little green spacemen?
Well, then what are you trying to do?
Save the world from the kaiju.
Get out of my way. Or am I gonna have to beat the crap out of both of you?
There will be none of that. After all, you too have a part in this.
I don't have jack squat to do with this.
Your glowing skin suggests otherwise.
I don't know what you did to me, but I've had enough.
What did you find?
New code has been added several times.
How many times did he come into contact with her?
They must be close.
You're from the nurse's office.
I'd like to research you a bit more, Yuki Takamiya.
What are you?
Flashbang through the door. Nice.
Cool.
Alright, let's do a battle and then we'll take a quick break. Boss battle. Alright, Amaguchi needs to be on the team, no problem. Clear without being mobilized, no problem. Terminal 70%, shouldn't be a problem. Engage long-range twin tail. Okay, well that's a bit of a problem then. Alright, let's see the score multiplier. Let's do the chip multiplier. Yeah, real. There's basically 13 different plot lines, all converging and intersecting with each other. It's pretty cool. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Who needs experience? You're level 20. You're also level 20. Actually, a bunch of people level 20. Alright, so Shu is trailing behind. For some reason, Shu just isn't outputting damage. Pulse lasers are the best, so we're gonna make sure those are upgraded. Okay, looks like that's gonna be the long-range team anyway, so if we're doing long-range...
I got this.
So you're up.
Here goes. Okay. Is Jiro going too?
Allow me.
Actually, maybe we do want A on this. Just in case we have to slice a dude. I mean, there's gonna be a boss. Maybe we should split it up.
Okay, got it.
Because we have a G2. She's got a sentry gun. We have A over here. Demolisher blade. We got 2 snipers. We got 2 long-range guys who got flares. I think we're pretty spread out pretty okay. You know, we got a G1, a G2, 2, 3 G3s, a couple G4s. I think we're good. I don't need Guardian if I have Guardian Avenger on. She's very just offense heavy, which is surprising because she has Guardian Avenger. Guardian Avenger was very good. Does Jiro get Guardian Avenger? I think he does. Yeah, he does get Guardian Avenger. I may want to think about that. Because Guardian Avenger even worked against the flying units very well, so that's actually a pretty good anti-flying weapon. So you just finished the game today. Congratulations. High five. I think we're going to get rid of the... We'll get rid of multi-rocket and unlock Guardian Avenger. Because a lot of his abilities are very expensive, so I don't want to get rid of both of the zero cost abilities. Yeah, we'll roll with this. Alright.
I have something to report to you all. Finally. Is this processing stuff done yet? It's well over 90% processed. We're so close. But there's a problem. As some of you may know, I'm working from the command ship in orbit. Unfortunately, it's still on that orbital path. Soon I'll be too far from your location. I'll lose signal, and I won't be able to communicate. And when that happens, the mainframe processing will be suspended. It'll be another 850 minutes before I come back from a full orbit. Until I can re-establish a connection, you have to hold on.
But that's just over 14 hours. We have to hold out until tomorrow afternoon?
Please don't give up hope. Until I get cut off, I promise I'll do everything I can.
This is insane. Have you seen how fast new ones keep appearing? There's no way we can fend them off for that long.
Say, as long as you're still here, maybe you could sing for us?
All right. As long as you can hear my voice.
Hopefully this doesn't flag.
Now I'm still connected.
Warning. Dymo signatures approaching. Preparing to intercept. Initiating tactical analysis.
That's very far. It's best to intercept or dodge their attacks. Well now. We got a sniper battle.
Here we go. No room for hesitation. What's optimal?
This isn't so hard.
Hope I can...
I'll just... Need help.
Don't waste any chances.
I wonder if our interceptors can get close and just start crushing them.
I don't think so.
Set up a defense net
Now
first.
then. Backup deployed.
Alright, so my two G4s, you guys are gonna have to go in there.
Your turn.
Gotta keep my spirits up. I can do this.
If you keep yelling remix, it won't get flagged. Okay. What was that? This reminds me of Stella Glow. That was a nifty little RPG. that incorporated music into the gameplay.
Let's get him.
Alright.
I can do this.
Yeah, we're gonna send the G4s out, is what we're gonna do.
All pretty freaky.
They're armored. God damn it. Why they gotta be armored?
I'll show you. Was that okay? You gotta do something. Ready for this? How's that? I beat him.
Alright, so here's what we're gonna do.
That work? No room for hesitation. My turn.
We're gonna move you out. And you're just gonna punch those dudes in the face.
How's the Sentinel? Good. Next. Did that do it?
Be okay.
These two are gonna hold on.
Gotta do something. What to do?
What now?
And what we're gonna do
Better put on a show for Yuki-chan. Number 20,
Don't
move
let
it
up.
up.
Gotta do something.
is we are going to, once she's ready, we're gonna drop a...
My turn now.
We're gonna drop a bait and get everyone to converge because everyone's too spread out. And we're not gonna go out and take the bait and start spreading out ourselves. Alright, actually, hey, you chill out right there.
Gotta do something.
How's the Sentinel? Next move. Stay on guard. Number 22, advancing. What's the plan?
Stay calm.
You guys. Well, we'll shield you all when you get there.
My turn now.
Let's get him. So, what's my next move? This is all pretty freaky.
What now? Better put on a show for Yuki-chan.
I
Stay
wonder if they're
calm.
both...
I can do this.
Yeah. We're gonna shield ourselves. Oh, I didn't realize you could shield your sentry turret.
Shield them.
Thank you.
That's cool.
I need to think.
Because we are gonna blitz the boss, is what we're gonna do. Alright. That's not big enough for anything. Are these guys gonna come forward, or are they just gonna be there?
I'll just... Number 14. You're getting movement.
Okay.
Backup deployed. How's the Sentinel?
So, what's my next move? Let's do this. Think of that. What to do?
Okay. I want you... No. Go a little further in.
Number 14.
Better
You're getting
put on a
movement.
show for Yuki-chan.
Interceptor's out.
What's the
That's not what I meant to do. That's okay. Alright, get everybody here. One site. Oh my god, that's a lot of dudes. That's a lot of big dudes. Damn, it really is drawing us out. Okay.
Always think ahead. I'm in range. Hit. That's my win.
All pretty freaky. Let's get him. Number 16.
Don't let up.
Alright, destroy the shield, first and foremost. We're just gonna skirt around the side. We're gonna bait everyone to the middle, let our ranged units bombard them when they get close enough. And we are going to have our strike team go along the edge. It's okay, taking a scenic route. We're gonna skirt the outside. and then just wail on the main guy. That's our plan.
So, what's my next move?
Man, we've got it rough. Are we winning? Minus 3.
Number 16, moving in.
How's the Sentinel? My turn now.
See, I can't tell which of the red circles are my area of effect or the enemy's area of effect. I'm guessing all those over there are the enemy's area of effect, because I didn't cast that.
Don't let up. Don't waste any chances. Here goes.
We're not here to play nice. Get out of my way.
Stay on guard. Now then. Number 22, advancing.
We have to bust a path for our dudes.
Got that one. I did it.
Bullseye. Next move. Slow. That easy.
This isn't so hard.
Alright, now that we have everybody in a nice big circle,
Watch this.
barrage.
Stay calm. Are we winning? Number 20,
Don't let
moving
up.
out.
Can you just hit that? Nope.
Come on. Did that do it? Next, they're going for me.
That got rid of a lot of them.
Gotta keep my spirits up. Number 17,
Better put on a show for Yuki-chan. Gotcha. Nailed it. I got him.
I need to think.
That was pretty good. I got rid of a lot of the forces.
What to do?
Alright, we're gonna do the same strategy over there.
Beginning movement.
Can I get back attack on you? Yeah, you're facing this way. Oh, come on. I don't have enough movement. Really? That doesn't count as back attack. Kidding me. I'll take it.
That work? How was that? I'm in range. Hit.
Nice, good one, go time.
That's that.
Alright, going straight for the enemy. We got a clear path now. And you guys can play with my sentry right there.
You're aiming here. So, what's my next move? Let's get him. Jeez. How do they felt that? How was that?
My turn now.
That's a lot of missiles. Screw it. Getting up close and personal.
Did that do
Nice. A can do it.
Stay calm. I can what now? Hold still. Nice. Bullseye.
Take that. Good cover.
Focus on the battle, Iori. My Sentinel's not done yet.
Please don't push yourself so hard.
That is a lot of damage.
Next move.
Ooh, the music changed. Even though I destroyed those missiles, it still did that much damage. We just gotta go and finish this fast.
Take this. Damn it, that worked.
Amiguchi, your Sentinels beat to shit.
I'm fine. It's not as bad as it looks.
Come on.
What to do?
What's optimal?
Keep my
Here's the plan. Stay on guard.
We're just gonna circumnavigate
What
that.
to do?
Connect now then.
Gotta keep my spirits up.
I hope he doesn't die. Amaguchi's looking really bad.
Gotta do something. Let's go, Natsuno. Gotta keep my spirits up. Go away! Hit it! I did it! Akun!
Focus on the battle, Yori.
Please, don't push yourself.
22. Hope I can pull my weight.
I need you to get the fudge out of there is what I need you to do.
Number 20. Hope I can pull my weight. Don't miss. Nailed it.
What's the situation? Yes.
What's optimal? Too slow. Good.
I can do this. Yeah. Was that
How's the
okay?
Sentinel? What's the plan?
Actually, I can just move, didn't I?
Don't let up.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck
No
it. We're
room
just
for
gonna.
hesitation.
Can I? Am I right on the edge of that? I technically am.
What's the plan?
Yeah. Either way, we just get the hell out of here.
Number 11, moving out.
Gotta keep it together. Out with you. Get it. All right.
No room for hesitation. Come on. How was that?
Clutch.
Neutralized. Man, we've got it rough. Gotcha. Bingo.
Phew. That was a close one. A got wrecked for a little bit, but he dealt damage. He was in there in the fire, just throwing punches. Good job, A. Good guts. That was tight, but we did it.
Aegis activated. Terminal closure complete.
Man, that thing wasn't joking when it said it melted armor. Good lord.
Sounds like she's gone.
Amaguchi doesn't have that much health to begin with.
Would you losers lighten up already? Everyone's acting like we already lost this.
She's right. This fight isn't over yet. If we do our best, I know we can pull through.
14 hours, though? That's nuts. Never had a brawl that lasted all night. Hell, we might be about to set a new record.
Man, think we can last until sunrise. Everyone all right?
Amaguchi. Way to throw those punches, too.
I won't lose to the kaiju.
5 stars. Operation Meteor. Blam. Take that. Give me those delicious mystery points. Complete Juro Karabe's Juro Karabe event. Okay. Which we haven't done yet. That sounds like a revelation, though. Hey, Zach, welcome to the chat. Dark Meta fan, thank you so much. Yeah, high five. We got through it. Arnaro, thank you. Using honorifics in translation was weird. Yeah, I mean, it's just weird to us. Instead of us just saying Mr., Mrs., Miss, I mean, those are our honorifics. They just use those suffixes, and that's just odd to us. Yeah. Thanks, Gideon. High five. We got through it. So, for my hot dog, I do prefer mustard over ketchup. I don't necessarily prefer it. I guess, I don't know, they're having good chili sauces. But I don't like anything else like beans or coleslaw, lettuce on it. Nah, I don't need that stuff. Just give me the meat. Tastes better if you add mustard. I had not thought about adding mustard. I like sweet buns though. The ones that are filled with either nuts or fruits. Those taste really good. Zach, been watching your videos about forgotten RPGs. Thank you so much. And yes, that has almost become the mission statement of Recap. It is almost like an internet archive project where I am trying to do what I can, just for RPGs, but also some other series that I like Resident Evil and Castlevania, where I don't want these games to be forgotten. And as gaming becomes more mainstream and more people play, there are so many options for games these days. There's not really any incentive to people to go back and play games that are 20, 30 years old. But those stories were good and they influenced a lot of what we play today. But they're going to be forgotten because nobody's playing them, or at least not being exposed to them. Yeah, they've heard of it. Like just the other week, earlier, or maybe it was earlier this week, no, it was last week, where it was the 33rd anniversary of the first Final Fantasy game. And not all of us were there. I actually still have my NES copy. It still has the strategy guide that came boxed in with it. I have the original box, I have the original cart. I'm pretty sure the battery in is probably dead, and my original team and progress is all gone. However, it is so unreasonable to ask somebody who's just jumping into gaming now, oh, you're a Final Fantasy fan? Oh, well, you have 30 games to catch up on. Oops, tap the shoulder button there. That is so unreasonable to ask for that. Where it's like, oh, you have to play all of mainline Final Fantasies, then you have to play the other, like, you know, spin-off universes, and then you have to play the side stories before you can call yourself a real fan. Don't even give me that. Every single year, every single game that comes out makes it that much harder for somebody else to come in. And instead of trying to eat the young, what you should be doing is, hey, maybe we can make a more convenient way of making sure these stories don't get forgotten. And even those are the big games. What about the smaller games that didn't sell that much? Games like Valkyrie Profile that didn't sell more than like 300,000 copies. It didn't do that well financially, and so most people are never going to play it, but it's a story that I think is worth telling. So, I'm doing my part. Meanwhile, the Library of Congress has just added Shrek to it for preservation purposes. I'm not making, that's not a bit, by the way, they actually just did. I saw it on the newsfeed. I'm like, yep, because that's worth preserving. Oh, so we're 71% through the battles. I'm guessing Area 3 is the last area then. You gonna recap all the old Sierra games? Nah, those can just die. Just kidding, just kidding. It needs to be a story I can tell though. Like, not everything fits the recap purpose, because there are some stories that are individual. That's why I will never do Mass Effect. Maybe we should hit back with Juro, see what's going on with him. But we'll do that after we take a very quick break. Save our progress real fast. But we'll be right back. Everyone stay hydrated. What is your favorite forgotten RPG? I will come back and... Well, forgotten RPG. Define forgotten RPG. Write down what you mean specifically by that, Zach. I'm going to go take a quick break and come back and answer your question. Okay, I'm back. And thank you very much, Arnaro, for joining on being a member. Enjoy your red robes. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Since joining up on the YouTube platform versus Twitch, any and all support is much appreciated. YouTube's very fair about that, about what happens. It goes to the creators versus Twitch, which is doing shenanigans. You may have heard about some of those shenanigans. It's the reason why I don't do that platform anymore. So thank you so much. It really helps me out. I look forward to adding your name onto the next video credits. Have a small little segment right there that hopefully gets bigger. Zach, alright, usually do We On games that are more complete series. Turn-based strategy game that never got noticed. Turn-based strategy game that never got noticed. I'm gonna cheat a little and look at the queue. I can't say it's my favorite, but I did just mention Stellar Glow. Nobody talks about Stellar Glow, and that's a pretty solid RPG. Let's see. My go-to, my favorite grid-based tactical strategy game is Disgaea, bar none. Although I would say that I think Disgaea D2 is probably my favorite. Disgaea 4 is also really good. I don't know, a lot of Disgaea games are good, but Disgaea also does have a very big cult following, and it's getting a 6th game pretty soon. But I highly recommend that. I think Ogre Battle is a game I would pick. Ogre Battle, when did you start your channel? Well, the channel, when I was just making nonsense stuff, was started back in 2009, I believe. The first recap was done I think December 31st or maybe January 2nd of 2012. Have you heard of Odin Sphere? I absolutely did. In fact, I just looked at my copy. And Grim Grimoire, which I completely forgot about. I was looking at my old PS2 games when I was rifling through stuff, and I was like, I forgot about Grim Grimoire. But yes. But yeah, my channel started in 2009, but I didn't do recap, I think, until 2012. Like, I did recap, and then my posting schedule was one video, like, every 3 to 4 months. It wasn't what I did. I just did it as a side project between finishing grad school and working full time. Like, that's all I did. And I only intended to do Final Fantasy, Resident Evil, and Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts was the very first video. If you look back at the very first Kingdom Hearts video, that's the reason why there's no backing music. There is no intro in the traditional way where I end with, now let's cut it down to size of the recapitation, because it wasn't a series. It was just that one episode. I only intended to make that one episode for a friend. So that's why I didn't have anything. I'm like, I'm just going to make a weird YouTube video, and that's what I did. And after that, it became something of, I want to make this the recapitation project. I call it a project. It's still a project. And yeah, the rest is history.
Sure.
Really used to watch my recaps for Final Fantasy this day. Very good summaries. Thank you. I really hope that people don't lose the message for the messenger. I am fully aware. Oop, this is the time to stop this. I'm fully aware that my mic was a potato mic and my computer was a potato computer, and I didn't know anything about audio balancing, and I didn't know anything about noise control. I didn't know any of that stuff. All that stuff was self-taught. I hope I give people hope that if I can put out garbage quality videos, yet the writing is there, that people can see past that. And most people see past that. Most people look at the date. People still comment, by the way, on like Final Fantasy 8, be like, dude, get a better mic. I'm like, dude, this video is 6 years old. Go back to 2014 and tell myself that, you know, and then I'll tell you, yo, bro, I got no money. What do you want me to do? Ragnar, thank you for joining, chat. Good to see you. What was your favorite game you played? For recap or in general? I feel like I answered this during the Q&A. I really loved Nier Automata. That game was such a joy to play again. It's even better the second time around when you know what's going on. You catch a lot of stuff. Yeah, Nier Automata was a pleasure. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's up there. Anything that I pretty much ranked A, I would say is good. Like Chrono Trigger, I loved playing that game. That is one of my top 3 RPGs easy. It depends on the mood I'm in.
Let's go home.
Okay. Oh, whoa, this is a different one. Oh, I guess because we finished all this. So are we Juro Karabe now and not Juro Izumi?
Oh yeah, almost forgot. I never finished reading this.
Hey, don't you want to go to Amiguchi-kun's place? You didn't bring it up today.
Well, I beat the game, so...
Awfully suspicious.
Now we can hang out, you and me. Where do you want to go?
He's also weird. We don't have much information on Shiba.
So, let me get this straight. What explain... Do you think that one video's still available for rent?
Probably. Wanna go check?
Zach, you like the ending where you gave me perceived that episode? I'm glad you caught that. That is 100% me. You know, some people always like, do you play the games you recap? I'm like, yes, I do. Occasionally, I pull footage from someone else, like in Nier Automata, the footage of the Emil fight, the final one, the level 99 one, that was somebody else. I'm like, I don't want to max out every weapon and then max myself up to 99 just to get a 1-minute shot of that one side quest. I did want to talk about Emil, but I didn't want to do it, so I just grabbed somebody else's. And of course, you know, credits in the credit for the nice person who did it. I think the name is Vasily, if you want to check out the channel. So, yeah, shout out to Vasily. Thank you for having a really clean Emil fight that I decided to use for my video. Yeah, whenever it's side stuff like that, I'm like, this would be a pain in the ass to do normally. I just grab it from someone else, but everything else was me.
Apparently no one's checked it out yet.
Are you streaming playthroughs for games you're recapping or just games you just want to play at a personal interest? More from column B, occasionally column A. Because a lot of the games I stream because this is my free time. This is what I want to do. This is a game I want to play. However, it is very likely that this is also a game I'm going to recap. I only did a live recap once, and that was for The Last of Us Part 2. And I kind of decided never again. And, yeah. What I love to do is I love to play any Game of the Year nominees. I call it my backlog battlefields, where, like, let me pick out the stuff that people said were, like, these are the best games of the past year. So let me catch up on it. That way I can just critique it. I love critiquing stuff. I don't critique stuff because I hate it. It's the opposite. I critique stuff because I love things to be better. People misinterpret that. So, like, when I play Miles Morales, for example, I haven't played that yet, but I want to, because I am very harshly critical of Spider-Man PS4, and I wonder if this is any better. So people are like, well, if you don't like it, you don't have to play it. No. I had fun playing it. However, there are many things to criticize in that game. Does that mean you can't love that game? No, of course you can. However, there are a lot of things to criticize in that game. I also need to play Ghost of Tsushima. I have it, like, the copy's sitting right next to me. I just haven't touched it yet. I do my amazing Oni Black Mage's top 10 games you need to play from 2020. Number 4 will shock you.
We're out of luck, man. Video store's closed.
By the looks of it, I don't think it'll be reopening anytime soon.
After playing your video on Valkyrie Profile, I want to play it myself, but I can't find it. Do you have the original version? I do. Unfortunately, I'm not going to loan it to you. I have a very strict policy on loaning out my games.
That was our video store? There was a gas leak in the shopping district. The explosion damaged buildings and shattered windows. I heard about it on the 7 a.m. news.
With the exception of a couple of games, and those being like the ones that don't exist, like Before Crisis, every single game I've recapped I own. I do own an actual copy of it.
So what do? Just go home disappointed?
You don't have much of a choice. Oh, Mura-kun. What are you doing here?
I followed you after school.
This normally was the part where his Sentinel came out.
Is something wrong?
Tell me the truth, please.
I want to buy Chrono Trigger DS, but it's a fair chunk of change on Amazon. How much is it on Amazon right now? I wanted to know if you emulate it or not. So here's the thing. I do emulate a lot of the games I get recordings for because I'm not going to go out and attach my PS1 or PS2 just to get footage of it. However, I do use the emulators that require original discs. Because if you use pirated ROMs, which by the way, I do not support pirating. I know what it's like to not have a lot of money and will still want to play games, or the games that you do want are either very old or prohibitively expensive from getting, and you still want to play it. But officially, I don't promote pirating. Emulation is not illegal, by the way. Pirating is illegal, but not emulation. I'm simply emulating the software I already own. Hopefully that answers your question, Flayrose. And by the way, thank you for joining chat. I appreciate you asking questions. People can ask questions about whatever you want, by the way. Not too personal, but whatever you want. 50, 80 bucks? Really? Wow, if I really get destitute, I can just flip my copy then. Favorite Castlevania game, Zach? That would be Super Castlevania 4, and that choice has not budged. And honestly, since there's no Castlevania games going forward, it's not going to budge.
You are a Sentinel pilot. How did you activate it?
Sentinel? What is that?
Are you telling me you've forgotten? It just happened the other day, right here.
Interesting. Who am I right now? Am I Izumi or am I... I might be Takao.
What happened? You mean the gas explosion? I heard about it, but...
That wasn't a gas explosion. It was you.
I want to see how you define a good character, says Ragnar.
Transmitted.
That's the beautiful thing about a character. I hesitate to answer this question because if I pigeonhole any sort of response, that is limiting the creativity of what a character can be.
Jiro-kun.
I will say though, interesting.
This is one of my classmates. His name is Kyuta Shiba.
Where is he?
Okay, that's weird.
Shiba-kun? He's right next to us.
Whoa, what's going
Sorry,
on?
but it's just you and me here.
Come on, Mira-kun.
Ooh, the music went
Wait.
silent.
I think this has happened before.
So, did you check out that video I lent you?
Oh, this is creepy and weird. Ethan, hi. Thank you for joining chat. I will answer this though. I'm a big fan of Chekhov's gun writing style. And if you're not familiar with Chekhov's gun, what that is that every single thing that you talk about of significance has a purpose. It doesn't necessarily need to be explained, but it needs to serve a purpose. There are a lot of people, especially older writing, like that's one of the reasons why I never got into stuff like Charles Dickens or a lot of the classic writers, because sometimes they will spend ages talking about the most innocuous stuff and it feels like filler. Like, this isn't world building. Talking about the dust on a chair for 2 pages is not compelling. Mark Twain is very dry for the same reasons. I never liked those when we were like in literature class or stuff like that and we're reading. I'm like, this is dull. This is so dry. I am just thirsty for like good writing. It is ridiculous. However, I'd prefer more well-developed, smaller casts. I don't like too many characters. I don't like that in stories. I actually don't like that in most games, including RPGs, which normally have large rosters, and definitely anime. I don't like keeping track of like 40 people and all their backstories and stuff like that. That's just too much. There needs to be focus, and there needs to be purpose. And that's more of a writing choice. Now, can things be esoteric and abstract? Absolutely. Can you have good characters out of that? Absolutely. And that's why I want to say, like, that's not a best way of going about it. That's just the way I prefer to eat my sandwich. Because to me, context is everything. What defines a good character in one adventure or one story may not be appropriate for serving the purpose or the message of a story in another thing. That's why when we talk about what makes a good character, we have to take the context of the game and the environment and the purpose they serve. What role did they play? Things like that. So, hopefully that answered your question.
Yep. Watch the whole thing.
What games or books would you point to for your favorites for good writing? Ah, see, that itself is a trick question, Ragnar. Not in what you asked, but what the meaning is. Because you don't get a taste for what's good from a specific example. You get an example of what's good from multiple examples. So I would just say read more books. If you can, play more or at least be exposed to more games and watch more recaps. Because at that point you're exposed to more stories, more writing, and that exposure is going to give you an idea, flesh it out, of what is good on the scale of what you care about and what's not as good and what is good. Like I was talking about earlier, it's about relativity, it's about the sample size. People who only play 4 games a year have very low standards, and I don't mean that in an insulting way. I'm just saying you don't have the perspective of somebody who's played like 30 games, because your sample size is very small. Remember my Game of Thrones example. Somebody who only saw Season 8 is going to love Season 8. Somebody who's watched all 8 seasons is going to have a different perspective on Season 8. It's about perspective. You have to get more if you want to start separating the wheat from the chaff. If you want to start understanding the nuances, you have to have more, not specifically something. Basically consume more. So wait a minute, Kiba's not actually there? And Tommy's noticing.
I was talking to Shiba-kun.
There is no Shiba-kun.
Shiba? Who the heck is that?
You know,
his nanomachines are going whack.
Our classmate?
There's no one with that name.
Ethan, sorry to be off topic, but I really enjoy your video. We're always off topic, Ethan. Come on. You need to hang around here more often, because then you realize I am easily distracted when it comes to talking about stuff. I'm okay with that. But I love how you expanded to the new D&D content. Thank you. I have a lot more content already written. I read it while I was heavily medicated. And I hope to put it out very soon. I don't know how soon I could put out them on top of regular recap, but it's going to be more often. I wanted to talk about something D&D related so much for so long, especially from the perspective I'm going for, which is I want to arm DMs with silver bullets. I am so tired of all these players grandstanding, all these channels talking about how to be like the best players you can to make your DM cry, and nobody's helping the DM, and the DMs turn to lazy solutions like, well, what if I just, you know, add 4 CR to this thing, and just for the same thing, right? If I just add like a bunch of higher level monster creatures and beat them up with, like, no, you're just throwing stat blocks at someone. You need to learn how to be smarter, not harder on this. There's a way to do it right, and it's within the rules too. You can do this within the rules. The rules allow so much. You don't have to do nonsense, make it up. Some people are like, I'm the DM, screw the rules, I can make it up. No, that's a sloppy, lazy game. I'm not talking to people like that who think they can just, you know, make up crap, add +10 to the damage of everything. Oh, it's suddenly hard mode. No, that's the difference between a poorly designed game with difficulty and a well-designed game that still gives people options, but is still challenging in the nature it's presented the challenge. That's the difference. These people exemplify good and bad game design perfectly. Stop medicating, you hippie. Hey, I have 2 more days on my prescription, and after that I should be good. The first few of my stitches have fallen out, honestly. I'm just waiting for the last couple, and then that'll be good. I'm not on the painkillers, if that helps you. I am still on the antibiotics and anti-inflammatory. Which actually I forgot to take, and it's a little bit after that point. Hold on, I'm gonna be right back. Don't do drugs. Unless they're prescription. Okay, I'm back. Hopefully you guys drink some water too. Xeon, I think Last of Us 2 robbed this game of the Best Narrative Award. Oh, is that what won? Last of Us 2 had a good Elizabethan tragedy story. I said that in my review. Doesn't matter if you like it or hate it, you have to respect that they went with the Elizabethan tragedy format. It may not be respected for its time, but it accomplished that format well. It upset the audience, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. You're not supposed to like a tragedy. It's not supposed to make you laugh. It's supposed to make you feel bad. And it made people feel bad for different reasons, but it still accomplished that. And Zan, hey, came from a D&D session. Nice. I want to talk more D&D. I can talk for hours about D&D.
Hey, Karabi-kun?
I know. The papers, right?
The
I'll get
papers.
them later. Listen. Kisaragi-san's acting strange. She's saying there's no one named Shiba-kun in our class.
Shiba? Who?
He's standing right there.
Karabi-kun.
Ah, so he is Karabe in this one. So we're in the Karabe timeline, not the Izumi one. It's starting to bleed.
Are you okay?
Say something, Shiba-kun. They're being so mean.
Is this some kind of prank, or are you talking to ghosts? Either way, it's not funny.
Been watching my videos, Ethan, for the last 3 years now. Thank you so much for the support. Thanks. I'm glad I didn't run you off. DMing for 4 years. Nice. My history, my credentials. By the way, I made the mistake one time of going to Quora.com to answer a D&D question because I was looking up a D&D situation and I saw somebody else and I'm like, let me answer this guy's question. And it asks you, there's so many people there, and I did the same thing, unfortunately, for a little bit. And then when I realized what I did, I felt dirty, which is talk about your credentials. And it appears next to your name when you answer that question. And people use that to just be like, I've been a professional DM for like this many years, or I'm a doctor with multiple things, and by answering this D&D question, like that does not have any relevance to the situation. And I answered it too, where it's like, I have been playing since AD&D, which is 2nd edition, for some of you who are not really familiar with that. And I came in right there at the base level, when I was most active, but I came in base level at 3rd edition, and have been DMing from that edition for like the last 20 years. So, Ethan, is the game worth getting? If you like visual novels and real-time strategy, yes.
Me? A ghost? These girls need a better sense of humor. Let's go.
Shiba-kun.
Something's wrong. But yeah, I want to talk more D&D content. It may not be what the channel's about. It's not going to be a D&D only channel. YouTube hates that I'm diversifying my content. They hate it. And honestly, most people may not be into it either. But I'm making it because I'm passionate about it. And hopefully I can talk to more of you that are passionate about the same thing. My job is going to be how to, you know, build a better monster, build a better villain, kill your players not only legally. So if you get like the rules lawyer type in your group, like you just made that up. It's like, nope, this read it and weep. That is in the rules. It is completely illegal. I didn't alter anything. You died to a actual vanilla encounter. I hope that makes you feel bad. And I have some stuff that I think may blow some people's minds in terms of the options they have as a DM, especially on improving monsters. People are, I never see people using that often.
Hey,
I want to throw 8 goblins at the group. I'm like, that is so goddamn boring.
Right?
Well, yeah. We've been best buds since grade school. What's gotten into you?
Something's just not right.
The NGRM. So how do you find the application of story in different mediums? Do you think that restricts the need for comparison or documentation of comparison of mediums of a similar class? That is an interesting question. Everyone's answering such interesting questions. Everyone who's here to watch 13 Sentinels, I apologize because I like to focus on a question and I can't answer that when I'm in a profound way when I'm also playing a very profound game. So let me pause because it hits the time there. So yes, the application of story in different mediums absolutely matters, and that context is what's important. So the way you consume a story in a book is different from how you consume a story in a movie or a show. The visual format versus the reading format, which allows you to immerse yourself in a way where the imagination, that's why people never like adaptations of books, because everybody in their mind when they're reading a book is automatically producing the perfect voice, the perfect image, the perfect person of whatever character is being described. It may not be the same as someone else. In fact, it most likely isn't, which is why when somebody has to make a choice on here's the person I want to be, they're gonna be like, they picked a terrible pick, or people were like, actually that's what I thought in mind too. It depends on how descriptive the story is. The limitless imagination that comes from reading like a story and you formulating your own stuff is such a different experience from you being presented a pre-made streamlined content, which is a movie. So comparing those two, it first of all is wrong. It's comparing apples to peanuts. There are some things you can talk about, but it's otherwise not a very interesting discussion. But within the context of itself, yes, that's where the discussion is. Same things for games. The one thing games have over everybody else is the fact that it is engaging content where the player, you are actually interacting with the medium. No other medium does that. You are interacting with the actual medium, so you are being presented a story in a way that is meant for you to have some agency with. And to write in that manner is going to be different in a manner where it is just given to you. That's why some people do or don't like the visual novel format, which allows you to do that engagement at the same time as the benefits of a book, or say more railroaded content where it is like a cinematic movie and you're just sitting there watching it because the director's like, I want to give my story and I don't want to really leave it up to a player interpretation, so I'm just going to give it to you and then you can just do whatever you want with the gameplay. There are many different approaches to that are all, not one way is better than the other. It's not about what's being better. It's different tools in that tool set, that the strength of which you are applying to your game. That mix is just one of many factors. That's what makes a good story. And the way your storytelling also matters in a D&D game. The tabletop way that you are presenting, there are such flat ways to present your story, characters, encounters, everything that is just boring. But you can take the same exact elements and present it. Presentation is a big part in D&D. That's why I love it. Because your storytelling ability, as well as your narration ability, your problem-solving ability, your attention to detail without being too much, your engagement with other players is also paramount. It hits so many levels that's so good. You have that active imagination. You have that engrossed storytelling. You have that pre-made content for presentation and consumption. You have that player engagement. That's why tabletop gaming is so damn good. And rant.
You're taking their joke way too seriously.
It is strange, though. It's odd. When I think about grade school, I don't remember him at all.
Awkward.
I can't remember any times in middle school either. Shiba-kun? You said you've been with me all this time, but
I like how he's starting to get
I can't
faded.
seem to remember the details.
Like things
I
are starting
don't
to
have
separate.
any memories of our time together. Why do you think that is?
Greg, so terrain and miniatures or total theater of the mind? Nah, I go terrain and miniatures. I can respect theater of the mind. I much prefer terrain and miniatures. Is he prisoner 426?
Think this, okay? Here, take this tape with you. It's your next set of memories. Go home and watch it carefully.
Okay.
Whoa.
Wait! Calm down. I remember now. Shiba-kun is... I'm the only one who can see him.
Well, I can't be letting anyone else in on our little secret. I gotta get my shit together. When I'm not careful, I blow my cover.
Who are you?
Artificial Personality, 48Q. Codename QTA-CBA. In other words, Kyuta, Shiba. I know, it's a bit of a stretch.
That is.
But I had to come up with something that suited you. You get along well with this kind of guy, right?
Kyuta?
There's no use
Kyuta
running.
is
Too
closer
late
than
for
the
that.
Siba.
I've
Yeah.
already filled your head with transplanted memories. They're running all around in there, aren't they?
I'm a broke boy, so theater of the mind is how I go things. Dude, it's okay. You just get a big piece of paper and a map, draw some squares that look kind of similar. And trust me, when we were in high school and stuff like that, we didn't have any budget. We used stuff like cans of soda and like pennies or snacks or anything that kind of fit the grid properly. That's what we used. We used whatever we found lying around that could fit on the map. That's what we used for our pieces, and everything else was imagination. These days, yeah, I have hundreds of minis.
Shibas?
But yeah, back in the day, I understand how it is, man.
My real name is Juro Izumi.
Whoa, what?
You're not gonna remember this anyway, so chill out.
So he's the artificial personality.
Crazy person. All right, my friend. I've got a new video for you. Just forget about the world for a bit. And watch this. You're gonna love it. It'll wipe your mind clean as a whistle.
No. Stop. Juro-kun.
Look how the videotape was still lingering there. Man, we're getting deeper and deeper down this iceberg. We didn't get the Juro Karabe end, did we? That's a new element too. I don't know anything about the QTA CBA. And the deeper and deeper we get on here, the crazier and crazier it gets. I want to leave Goto for last though. I don't know, we might have to do him. Let's do Natsu now.
Uh-huh.
And that's why we've never seen Shiba in any other route. Oh, you know, you're right. Although, I don't know, there are a lot of people we don't see in other people's routes. That didn't really stick out that much.
Huh?
Because even when we see Juro's just doing Juro things. Like, we're at his house. Like, I didn't expect to see Shiba at his house. But though we do see him in Shu's, though. Because when we go to Shu's apartment, he's playing the video games. So in Shu's route, we do see Shiba. So it's not that he's out of everyone's route. So something's up with Shu as well, because Shu was totally talking to Shiba, I believe. I'm pretty positive they were interacting. What exactly is this game? This game is 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. Came out in September on the PS4. It is a visual novel with RTS battle segments.
Wait. How are you here, Tamao-san? This place isn't ideal. I'd be found.
And she was right, it was just two dudes.
Maybe Tamao-san was abducted by a UFO. Wonder what they
So
did
when
to
that
her.
one scene when they were playing video games at his house, those video games weren't actually happening, but it was Shu's perspective, though.
Does she want to join the team?
Oh, well...
Wait, don't tell me. You turned in your sign-up form but never came, huh? It's Aiba-san, right? Erika Aiba?
Like I saw. Oh yeah, Vanillaware has beautiful art.
So, Aiba-san, you're in Class 1D? Right next to Minami-san in Class 1C.
Yeah, right.
Have you recovered from your illness?
Well, actually, she... Not entirely. So can't join yet.
Ah, so that's where the cover story is coming in.
Oh, okay. Well, that's too bad. I hope you get well soon.
Maybe she just looks like Tamao-san. Could there really have been someone like this just next door? Erika Aiba, Class 1D, next door. I can't believe my... She's working with a small puncture on my cheek.
Looks like I got stabbed by a needle. I must have gotten it in the girls' bathroom. But why can't I remember anything about it? Was I captured and had my memories erased?
That is a very astute,
What
if
if
not
they
random,
implanted something in me?
deduction.
I'm probably overthinking it. At least for now. I told Miura-kun he should stay at Jiro-kun's house. After all, I'm the one who dragged him into this. I need to take responsibility. I mean, not in a weird way.
She's pretty weird.
Yeah.
Huh, I have a piercing on my cheek. Clearly I must have been stabbed with a needle and had my memories erased. What? I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just kind of curious how you came to that conclusion so quickly. That was seriously your first guess? Come on now.
BJ, did she find you?
Like, most people cut their cheek and they'd be like, oh, I guess must have scratched it and not realized it.
Here. Iwa-san.
Or maybe it was a mosquito bite. I don't know.
Let's go to the gate.
I'm almost done with practice. We'll go there after. Sound good?
Natsuno, the gate.
Look at my face. I'm the captain now.
Natsuno, let's go.
I didn't see any men in black outside. Maybe we can sneak out.
Really want to see the combat section of this game? I mean, you'll see it pretty soon. We're getting close to calling it for the evening, and I like to begin every session with a battle and end every session with a battle. Actually, we may not have the battle because I don't have section area 3 unlocked yet. I may not be able to show you anything. Sorry, Ethan. But check the VOD. Check the VOD. We did a bunch of battles today. And then certainly next time, which I think will be tomorrow night.
You gotta stay in there.
Are you going home, Natsuno?
You got me. Please don't tell Senpai. Our planet is in danger. There isn't a second to spare.
Yeah, whatever.
What time do you stream normally? Well, I'm on Central Time, I think, right now. I keep thinking I'm on Eastern Time, and I'm not on Eastern Time anymore. But for the sake of simplicity, I'll say Eastern Standard Time. So from 9 to 12 Eastern Standard Time is when I stream. On Sundays and Tuesdays, but I've been adding Wednesdays because I want to get through this game quicker, honestly. I want to play it more often. Trust me, I would love to stream this for like 6 hours at a time in the middle of the day, but, you know, gotta get to work. Gotta do stuff. Gotta make recaps.
We're here.
Oh wait, did I pick the wrong one, or is it still a new option?
Activate gate.
Oh, you're in Central Time too? Cool.
Sentinel search range.
Where should we look this time?
Oh, that's right. Where did we go last time? I think we went to Sector 5 last time. Let's just go to Sector 1.
How about Sector 1?
Sector 1 has been searched. No Sentinel found.
I see. Sector 2 looks suspicious.
Sector 2 was our first.
Oh, so I would have to do Sector 5 anyway.
Yeah, but we didn't get to look around much.
I don't think we've been to 2065. Okay, good. We're in the final one. Perfect.
Let's go there again and do a proper search.
Access code approved. Designating sector.
She's so sunny.
I don't see any tripods, but we shouldn't let our guard down. Okay, how should we do this?
Real gives you the freedom of choice to pick which of the 13s to progress with. Yes and no.
Huh? You're
Because a
going by
lot of the
yourself?
progress of both the battles and main stories are gated by progress in other stories.
It's too dangerous.
I wonder if this is the part where you get shot down by A.
Time required to search the path is 27 minutes.
Oh, come on! We come all the way out here and you just leave me all alone? It's not often I get to time travel. I certainly won't waste it waiting.
Let's go exploring.
I'll make it quick. Just gonna peek around a bit. What do we got here? I saw something light up. Is that a sentinel? Look who found it first. That's what you get for leaving me behind.
Yep, he got shot.
PJ! No! What happened to you? PJ! Talk to me!
I kind of want to do them all like at the same time roughly, because they all seem to like intersect at their story points pretty well. Like doing everyone at 50%, and doing everyone at 55%, and doing everyone at 60%, kind of doing that.
That's right, his brain. As long as his brain's okay.
Might
I'm
make
sure
next
I can
session a
save him.
Goto session though.
Oh, where is it? Is this it? This light bulb thing.
It's an actual
I
brain.
think it's this.
That is crazy.
There's some letters on this. Shikishima. Shikishima Robotics? Wait, as in the appliance company? I'm such an idiot. PJ's not an alien. He's a robot made in Japan. PJ's not an alien.
Can't go there.
That sound.
Oh, interesting. So that wasn't BJ.
PJ! But wait, what I saw earlier. It was a different robot?
You found a Sentinel. Sentinel number 8, a remote control type. This is not Sentinel number 17. Natsuno?
Were you made by Shikishima Robotics? You're just a robot made in Japan. You're no alien. Isn't that right? Yeah. I bet this is another one of Shikishima's. Does that mean the tripods too?
Somebody's so disappointed, be like, oh, I guess this giant mech was made on Earth. I mean, thought it was cool, but it's not from aliens.
High Quad 150B.
No way.
They're heavy machinery robots for the development of Mars.
But why? Why are robots meant for Mars invading Earth?
They are not.
From a certain point of view.
This place is not Earth.
Oh.
Not Earth?
It is a speculation. The lack of proof makes it only a possibility.
Okay, but... what?
The basis for my speculation is this log.
Alright, go on.
There are 117 planets under consideration for the project. Of those, the top prospect is a planetary system 12 light years away.
I don't think this is going to work. Aren't you the professor's daughter?
Yes, I'm helping with the layout.
For the migration ship? It looks quite small.
Is that Takatoshi?
In the harsh environment of space, it is not possible to sustain life for extended periods of time. The ship will be carrying only our DNA. In the final phase of the project, humanity will be restarted.
So we're creating aliens. How large of a population are you estimating?
We're planning for
It sounds like
6 million.
Takatoshi.
And you really expect me to approve of this project?
If you just listen to my mother's explanation.
It is not necessary. This endeavor is nothing but self-satisfying. It is impractical. Now that my father has passed away, I am the one in charge. Research will be disposed of and the funds suspended.
Oh, it's Nenji? Oh, okay. Yeah.
You can't.
Oh, yeah, that's
God,
right.
please.
Nenji was the son of that.
This was
Good catch.
recorded in 2188 with
They both talk
Natsuo
like tough guys.
Minami. A communication log between Natsuo Minami and Shikishima's top
And there you go,
executive, Renji Ogata.
Ogata-kun?
After this log, the plan was implemented.
But 2188 is in the future.
We are further into the future than when the log took place. Natsuno, do you understand? It is possible. You are the alien they created.
Oh, interesting. So we're made from someone else's DNA and given memories they created from an artificial intelligence. And we're living out a weird life in an artificial biodome where our construction equipment is what we use to fight other construction equipment. Maybe? I don't know. Speculating at this point. We did clear Wave 10. But yeah, we still haven't done that yet. Okay. We got a lot of work to do if we're going to catch up to how far we are ahead in battles. Oh yeah, now that I look at Nenji's eyebrows, he does have those forked eyebrows. Because I was looking at those eyebrows, I'm like, I've seen those forked eyebrows. Where have I seen those forked eyebrows before? Because I think Takatoshi also has forked eyebrows. But I don't know, I could be wrong. Okay. See, normally I leave the very end of every stream with some sort of long-winded either rant, long-winded rant or soapboxing on something. But to be honest, there's nothing tonight because you guys asked so many interesting questions. I feel like I already, I don't know, talked enough. I don't have anything left to say. There's nothing on my plate. So, unless anyone else has any other questions before we wrap it up for tonight, I think we are just going to go ahead and call it and, yeah, move on to tomorrow. If some of you are traveling, I understand. If not, I hope safe travels. If you guys are out of school or work, then, well, you know, for reasons that hopefully aren't because you cannot find it, then hopefully you have a safe one. Stay healthy. Me, I'm going to be focusing on writing. I need to do also a lot of work on prep, family time, of course. And yeah. I'm a big fan of the holidays too, especially since my birthday's Friday. You bet your butt I'm gonna be making my favorite stuff. Fried shrimp. Cheesecake. It's the best. So, yeah. 3 days till Christmas, 3 days till my birthday, and tomorrow we'll have the next exciting anime chapter of 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. I'm so glad there's so many Mobile Suit Gundam series that I can keep making new Mobile Suit Gundam references in the title, so hopefully that's appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Oni Black Mage. Thank you everyone with your questions. Thank you Arnaro. Am I saying that right? Is it Arnaro or is it Amaro? The text is so small I can't tell if it's an R next to an N or an M. But thank you so much for joining up as a member. I do appreciate you. Thank you everyone that supports, watches recaps. Please look forward to the next one. Look forward to the next D&D. And I will see you tomorrow night on the next Battlefield. Have a good night.